Hello and welcome, everybody, to another exciting session of Platinum Watch. It's been a while. A year. A decade. A month, even. Sorry, I have to get these jokes out of the way now, otherwise, you'll see through my bullshit. When last we left off, our party had just entered the elemental plane of water in order to proceed to the next leg of the Four Elements rally, and while there, they encountered some technical issues brought on by a preemptive strike by the Shardborn, as their engines as well as some of the hydraulic systems failed to start. They were able to get things up and running, but as they began to proceed further into the plane of water that required them to actually submerge themselves wholly in water, they encountered a malfunction with the depth gauge, and in order to proceed further into the plane after passing through the initial wall of water, they would have to get it repaired. Stopping quickly to repair it at a local village, they quickly found themselves on the radar of the Artifact Hunters, and needing to escape these agents of Eclipse, the group quickly made their repairs and then made a hasty tactical retreat from the area before rendezvousing with the CCR and formulating a plan to cement their holding in their block. The plan was that they would reach out to one of the temporary allies they had made, the Crows, and launch an assault on the Tricksters, while the Crows launched an attack on the Artifact Hunters to slow them down. Once the CCR and Platinum Wardens had dealt with the Tricksters, they would back up the Crows and take on the Artifact Hunters. Carrying out the plan to fruition, they were able to deal with the Tricksters rather swiftly in a ambush, and then proceed to back up the Crows, finding that the Crows had suffered significant damages, whereas the Artifact Hunters had suffered minimal damage. Launching a surprise attack alongside some polymorphed whales, courtesy of Aaron Melianadel and Stone, who had taken on the part of Whale. The Platinum Wardens cornered the Artifact Hunters, but not before one of them launched a tough gambit, launching a weapon simply known as the Nautilus, which disabled the vehicles in the area and did some significant damage to our party. The party itself then proceeded to board the Artifact Hunter's ship to eliminate any remaining combatants, steal any valuable technology, and recruit certain individuals who were not part of Eclipse but more of freelance mercenaries. After rescuing those individuals and bringing them on board the ship, they found to their dismay that one of the Eclipse agents, the captain, Melody Keel, had teleported off of her ship onto the Crow's ship and proceeded to eliminate any surviving members of the Shatter Kai. Once that was done, it was declared that the Artifact Hunters would proceed into the next block of the race, and that C block had been cemented with the Orochi Hunters and the Artifact Hunters being the two teams to proceed. We now pick up here, where the Platinum Wardens and CCR will have to eliminate the Shardborn or cross the finish line before them in order to cement their running. Joining me, as always, are my ever-present role players, the wonderful and magnanimous people with which I share this tale of bewilderment and betrayal. Zodiac Zack 19, playing the Druid Wood Elf Rando Mishorm.
Yep, that's me. It's been a while.
Red Beast 13, playing the magnanimous monk slash rogue, who is also a Goliath, Avot Korik.
Yep, I'm all those things.
God, I realize everybody's fucking multi-classed at this point except for Trappet. The Artificer Ranger, Linsbor Reyes, who is a deep gnome played by Vexatal24.
I did it before it was cool.
Storm Sage 13, playing the group's leader, Merrick Gilder, who is a human blood hunter and has taken one level in Cleric.
I will seduce the ocean.
Critical failure. And last but not least, the man who could truly seduce the ocean, Trappet Dosselin, played by the Hawk Abridged, who is our Shadow Sorcerer High Elf.
I'm pretty much guaranteed to make sure that that water's very wet.
But Hawk, water is not wet. Substances touched by water become wet.
Don't you start this again.
Thematics.
And even then, the atoms never really touch, so really nothing gets wet.
I cast create or destroy
You know,
water.
I'm leaving.
We're done
Fuck
here.
you guys, I'm leaving. I'm done. I'm out. I'm leaving.
D&D is ruined forever.
Although
He actually left.
although this is a joke, guys. We have never once had this discussion because we are mature adults who don't think about stupid shit like this.
We don't think about science
I
philosophy.
take
We're
offense to that. I
mature.
never claimed to be an adult.
Instead, we talk about mature things like, can I really roll 4d8 on this spell? Or does this magic... Are you sure I can't have a magical fart button?
We also
Sneaking
talk
cloud.
about, can an infinity ladder ever get into my possession again?
answer is
Jury's
no.
still out on that one.
It's impossible. I
I'm
mean, I
working on that
could.
part
I
button, by the
could.
way.
You know what? I'll let you know. At
If
some
an Infinity
point,
Woodchuck could chuck wood, would Infinity Woodchuck chuck the ladder?
yes, because it is infinite woodchuck.
Yes.
Um,
But
This
how
must
much?
be how God felt when he made man.
All right.
Disappointed?
yes, my wonderful creation, and they've already started setting things on
Boy.
fire. Well, damn it.
I mean, it's been like 3 years.
That's pretty much how I feel as a DM. I'm like, all right, cool, this wonderful party of adventures, and they've already burned down the village. How is the bar the only thing standing?
Okay,
Because
cool.
we saved it from the fire.
Yeah, we have to get our drink somewhere.
It's the only
I'm
place
gonna
where
make this
Scrap
cool
it in
combat
the
encounter with a villain they can either fear or respect, and they're pissing on the ashes. Okay.
Hey, that's only 4 times. Also, Walker, to be fair, you did burn down the guards in Red's game.
To be fair, they were asking for it. That's what you get for
Barn.
allowing corrupt individuals into your organization of justice. There's only one true justice, and it's the law of survival. If they were meant to survive, then corruption was meant to reign. If they didn't, then justice was served, as Clumarch would have wanted.
I came back though, weird time, like back into this conversation.
If you want to know more details on that, check out the Lost Tales of Void, also on this channel.
Yes, please, for the love of God, check out the other D&D streams that I do for hopefully longer than 4 seconds, which I've been recently told by YouTube is the average view time on any of my videos. So yeah, please, actually sit down for the hour-long content, because it is typically worth it, because you get wonderful nuggets like this, or my personal favorite, hey, my dad can beat up your dad. Which I'll have to actually post it sometime, because I don't think that recording ever made it. No, wait, no, it did. It exists on my channel. People just don't
Excellent.
watch Guardians of Codlow because it doesn't have cool thumbnails, and it was back when my recording setup was trash. So on that note, let's pick up right in the action. So when last you left off, you all
We just heard that announcement.
were aboard your ship, heard the announcement, and the CCR was close by, as the Crow's ship was, you know, still there, but not in great shape. What do y'all do?
So, just as a refresher, if we attack them or destroy them, we're pretty much disqualifying ourselves, correct?
That is the idea, yes.
Avok would like to first go. Damn it! Okay.
Okay.
Yes. I'm sorry. But aside from that, anyone else? Because Avok can do something if no one else wants to go first.
Merrick is just clenching his fist, very angry.
That's
But-
also not allowed to harm these prisoners we have.
Okay, so we all can agree that next time we don't show mercy.
Agreed.
Okay.
Let's not be so hasty. I'm pretty sure showing mercy has worked out at least once for us so far.
As the guy who typically shows mercy, I cannot think of a time it's paid off for me when I've shown someone mercy.
Question.
And here I was hoping I just wasn't paying attention.
Question. Are we sure that that it was mostly we were showing, or we were? I don't think that counts as mostly what we were doing.
I offered them the chance to surrender. They shot us and killed the allies that we've made.
That wasn't mostly you're offering them. You're offering them surrender. Don't get the two confused.
Avok, make sure those two that you saved are worth the entire ship we just lost.
On it. I go over to the guy that was injured.
I'm gonna go with Avok.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Alec looks up to you and he's like, hey.
How are you feeling?
Well,
And
he kind of like he looks over at the still harpoon wound.
Yeah, but I think last session Rando and or Merrick.
I was out of spell slots.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
then
he
Rando-
has not been healed.
No, I thought Rando said something about it last session that he.
I thought Rando did a medicine check on him.
I think I just did medicine to
Yeah,
like,
you just
not
kind of
let him
like
die.
yeah,
I
you
think
just
he just
basically
Yeah.
made sure that he didn't bleed out. That's essentially the extent of what you've
Yep.
done for him.
In that
I-
case,
yeah, I think
let me
he-
check my
Harpoon
Redeemer's
power.
Coin.
Would you guys like me to heal him?
We might
Steve-
need the spells.
Save your spells. I got this. I'm going to burn one of the charges of the Redeemer's Cord to keep him and to heal him up a little bit.
So as his wounds and scrapes close, but none of the internal damage really resolves itself, he's like, at least I don't have to actually worry about bleeding out. Thank you.
Just bleeding internally.
Yeah, just bruises and stuff, but that'll heal over time.
Don't worry. If you die, I can bring you back.
That's generous.
We're very generous here. Don't. And the people that employed you just try to leave you at the bottom of the ocean.
Yep. That's the extent of it.
The bottom of a bottomless ocean.
Yep. That's the extent of it.
So, I don't suppose you'd want to go back to work for such people.
I mean, are you offering me a position here?
I'm offering that you don't have to. They don't have to know you survived. And
I mean,
we can have a bit of a trade here. You come with us and tell us what you know about them. What do you think?
what's your offer? Like I can tell you what my standard going rate is, but
What's your rate?
standard going rate, just kind of like a 5 gold allowance a day for lodging, depending on how far you're asking me to travel. Meals included, meaning that whatever I bring back as a receipt for meals or just a forward allowance of like, we'll just say like a 2 gold extension. I can live off of 20 silver. It's nothing. And then for tough jobs like retrieval, assassination, etc., I do ask for 100 gold up front. And if you're talking something crazier like, artifact recovery, dungeon delving, or reconning, like, say, an enemy stronghold or something like that, I typically request anywhere between 500 to 1,000 gold, depending on the extent of what you're asking me to do.
Are you worth that?
Well, considering up until this point, we've been outpacing everyone else in this literal death race, I'd say I'm worth it.
Could you tell me about your accomplishments you've had with that group? What have you been up-
I mean, with this group or just in general?
This group in particular, I'm curious about.
We killed a couple of rock giants. Killed a pyro hydra. That was pretty cool. Took out one of the other racers, crews. They were pretty formidable. And then just here alone, we kind of killed a whale shark. I realize it's not really the most dangerous thing on the face of the planet, but if one of those things rams into your ship, you're kind of fucked.
Yeah. We can have a bit of an interview process. Can I?
I won't wear a tie.
No, we just have a few questions for you.
He said to the shirtless man.
That was a joke. I realized that there's going to be an actual processing. I was just, you don't strike me as the kind of guy for formal wear.
I was just wondering how much you know about the organization you worked with.
About the extent of the people I met with and the money I received.
Can I insight check him to see if he's holding back?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. That's a 27.
He seems like he may know a little bit more than he's letting on, but he is being reserved as he is still wounded and surrounded by people who he has clearly seen show some expressions of outrage at the fact that parts of his team survived, so he is not super keen on getting himself murdered at the moment.
Well, I can let you know that we're good to our people. That much which I can guarantee. And I give him a health potion.
He accepts it and drinks it. You give him just like a regular or a greater?
I only have a regular.
Okay, so he'll heal what is it, like 2d4 plus 2?
Yeah.
Alright, that's not bad. He appreciates that. I'll, look, when we're at a safer junction, I will feel free to disclose a little bit more than what I've already given.
Okay.
Until that time, I'd prefer it if we just keep things professional.
Yeah. If you want, we can keep you below decks, so you don't have to get involved in any of the action, and you can recover.
That would be appreciated.
Just so you know, I do have to search you. Carrying kind of communication or anything on you.
All right.
I just like to search him in case he's carrying. Me personally, I don't see it, but I like to just being cautious. Do you have any kind of communication device?
Trap is basically just gonna strip him down to his skivvies.
A bit unnecessary, but can I roll an investigation?
That does not surprise me.
Thorough.
Investigation? Yeah, go for it.
The anal cavities.
Like I'm about to say, I'm this close to having Linsborn do a cavity search.
Why
Is-
me?
Question:
Small hands.
Is Hawk giving me the help action with this?
Yeah, I'll give him help.
Because you're trying to strip him.
No, like there's no trying. I am legit taking him down to his skivvies.
Okay, he's
18.
gonna.
Go ahead, I'll give you a warm coat. Just being thorough.
no, we don't need to. We don't. Wait. I'm sorry. He was raised in a barn.
It's looking for Matic, dear. Do you want to leave the man in his clothes where he may have incendiary devices, communication?
That's why I'm searching him.
With an 18, in reference to the specific things that were named, no, he does not have any grenades or bombs or any explosives of the like.
Okay.
And additionally, he does seem to have a communication device. It is a sending stone. It is in his pocket, specifically his left breast pocket.
Would you mind if I hold on to this?
Go ahead.
Okay.
Can I do? I know sending stones normally, you have to activate them to do whatever. Can I do Arcana to make sure this thing isn't sending? Like it might be modified or something.
Yeah, you can check it.
Okay, I'm just kind of paranoid about like homebrew items and stuff like that.
Yeah, you can do a regular Arcana check.
I think we should put it in the bag of holding just to be safe.
Yeah.
Good idea.
That is a 19,
It is a regular store-bought sending stone.
but it's not on, right?
They don't work like that. You have to literally
No,
activate
no.
them.
All right, just making sure. Like I don't know. Like he could have had some sort of maybe a verbal component. I don't know. I'm just being cautious.
No, I mean, without identify, you're not going to be able to get super far.
This game has made me paranoid. Okay.
We don't trust anyone
Without-
or anything.
Without identify, you're not going to get very far.
Okay, bag of holding. Yeet.
On that note, do any of the artificers on the ship, like Lensbo or Percy, know identify?
That's a good question.
I do not. I don't know why I don't, frankly.
I mean, I thought you had an ability that acts like identify.
Let me. Shit.
While Lensbo is checking, Merrick's going to go up to Alec. You do understand, until we are more comfortable, I will have you under watch for our protection as well as your own.
Yeah, go for it.
I'll watch him.
Let's put some other than Percy on him.
I got.
I was thinking the shield guard.
I very do appreciate that.
Artificer just gives me detect magic and identify. That's why I don't have it listed.
I
About
give
to
them
say.
the stone.
Okay, first step, is it magic? No.
Is it match?
Yes, it seems to be the school of, I believe, transmutation is sending.
No, it's evocation.
Divination.
Really?
I thought it's divination.
It should be
Oh, yeah, yeah,
divination,
yeah.
but it's evocation.
Like a heathen.
It's magic. Everyone, kill him.
That filthy evocation school.
Send evocation with such identical spells as sending and identify and cure wounds.
And fireball.
Hero wounds is actually necromancy.
Actually, it's not.
It's evocation.
It absolutely
What?
is evocation.
No,
Wait,
none
what
of
was
the
that?
necromancy spells really.
Yeah, healing word is also an evocation.
But Revivify is a necromancy spell.
Yeah, because it's reviving.
It's
the fuck?
mending decayed flesh.
No,
And-
I'm with
and
Storm. I thought that would all be
bonding
the
souls.
same school.
Nope.
Well,
Evocation is a dumb school.
I mean, first off, do you think that clerics would practice this filthy necromancy without a reason?
I don't give a fuck. I'm a
Brave
blood
brave
hunter.
clerics, yes.
I'm
Yeah,
good.
fair enough. On that note,
Okay, I cast identify. I'll just. It says I get it, and I can cast Miss Ritual, so I'll do it as a ritual.
okay, so yeah, you don't burn a spell slot on it, and you
10
find out
minutes
that it
later.
is a standard kind of like standard issue sending stone, like same as you would find in say a moderate magic shop. Has a command word. You can use sending like once a day.
Do I know what the command word is?
I was getting to that. You do. The command word is. Let me see
Bacon.
here. Well, no. First off, each one of the.
Hey, that's my thing.
First off,
That's our
there's
word.
like
I'm
9.
pretty sure it was the internet thing.
Yeah. Give 1 second. There are 9 of them, and each of them has their own like sending stone and their own command word. So I'm looking through these real quick. Ah, there we go. Yeah, the command word is get rich 21.
Get rich 21.
Yeah, and for some reason, I've basically made these sending stones for the Eclipse agents like standard like Windows desktop passwords.
Guys, I'll be
Well,
right back.
at the end of 10 minutes, Lensford just goes into a hilarious laughter.
Guys, be right back.
Alec-
I gotta change my Gmail password.
Alec seems to be slightly embarrassed now that you've cast Identify.
We're good. Don't worry.
On that note,
I
Linsmore
would also
has
like-
the stone right now.
Yeah, we should probably put in the bag of holding. So
Alright, now I'm gonna hold on to this. I have something I want to try.
Okay.
On that note, Linsmore,
Yes.
you receive a message in your mind.
Oh, I always thought sending stones said it out loud.
Oh, do they? Hold up.
Because the
One person
picture of sending stones has a mouth.
Busting open the DM's guide to figure this shit out.
I don't think the DMG says it.
Oh no, they do have mouths.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, stones has
So it's
mouths.
like the fucking snails from One Piece.
Yeah, basically. That's what I've always thought.
It says it's cast through the stone, so yeah, it would be spoken by from the stone. It's basically like a cell phone.
Yeah.
Yeah, so a message comes out through the stone.
Execute Order 66.
Merrick suddenly turns on the party.
No.
You know, I've been waiting
I knew he was made in a factory.
Trevor just fireball twice.
And just
random
ends their
directions.
life. No, you get a message to the Sending Stone, which basically says this. I request Parley with the parties involved, Platinum Wardens, CCR, and Artifact Hunters. We can meet aboard a neutral vessel or neutral ground. Up to you. Respond.
If we wait for this too long, the short will get ahead, and we'd lose a slot.
But the slot would be out of the race.
Exactly.
Ask who this is first.
Well, if we
You
ask,
wanna
like,
die?
yeah, it's
New
once a
stone,
day.
this.
Alright.
Maybe we can ask, like, can we do this at the?
Ice
the
plane?
Like each side of the sending stone can send once per day.
Yeah, so basically you would be so basically
because part of the spell lets you respond.
yeah, so basically she sent hers, you can respond and then you can send one to her
Okay.
and she can respond to it.
So let's be careful with our wording here.
And you have 25 words.
Yeah. Maybe we can say, hey, can we meet at like the rest stop of the like in the ice plane?
Was there a pit stop that's come in the water elemental plane routes?
There are two that you know of that were announced early on. There's the City of Glass and the Isle of Dread.
Which one have we not reached yet?
Neither of them.
Do we know which one's closer?
City of Glass would be. It's located right around here.
Okay, rendezvous hits the City of Glass then.
Wait, hold on. Do we even want to consider this? Do we want? I mean, I am curious, but
Did she say when?
There were not enough words to say when. So
we can respond asking when. Oh wait, they can't respond anyway.
We have to cast
You
the
can-
spell in order for her to respond again.
yeah. So you can respond with a agreement and then send with a request for like what time and what place. So you can basically say yes or no and then ask where the meetup is.
What are you guys' thoughts? I don't want
Evox turns to be like, what do we think? Zach's
Most-
muted.
You know, it's probably going to be a trap, right?
Sounds like it.
Like, let's be real. Every time we've encountered them, it's been a trap.
Then why real question. Why reach out to us like this? What do they have to gain
Because
outside
he
of them?
looks weak.
Yeah. Quick
He looks
question.
weak, so we're going to lower our guard around her.
No, let me say this. Within the rules of the race, we cannot attack her. Does she have a rule that she can't attack anyone else, Carter? Do you know anything about that?
This rule is new ground to me, so. I've
So
never
as
heard
far
of
as
this
we
one
know, she gets a pass and can just bombard everyone else while she just flies by, giving everyone the bird.
I imagine
Yeah.
there's some rule that, like, if we're attacked by a non-eligible person, we can attack back. Defense rules
If we're
can change.
suspicious, we can demand that on our ship.
But then she might have a bomb that can blow us to hell.
And she's already shown she can teleport.
Cutter says as well, this is all stringent on whether or not she is allowed to attack us, because it could be the same with her. I mean, she may not be allowed to interfere with us once she's locked in.
Yeah. Merrick's gonna go on his earpiece. Hey, Lucky, are you still there? You still tapped into our frequency?
All you hear from the other side is "Son of a whore," and you just hear like a crashing noise. And Tim goes, "Oh yeah, we're still here. Lucky's he's having a moment.
Yeah,
What can I do for you?"
Sounds like he's having a grand old time. Do you know anything about the no interference rule once a player has been blocked? Like, are they allowed to engage us?
So I actually did ask about that. Once we got the announcement, everyone else started making preparations. But, I just wanted to be fair, so I went around asking the rules and whatnot. And I was advised that once a player has been... and it sounds like he's literally reading off of like a notepad that he wrote this down on.
Awesome.
Once a team has been locked into final selection... they cannot be tampered with by means of assault, betrayal, bargaining, bartering, blackmail, slavery, trade, or dimensional shunting. However, by same token, a locked-in player cannot tamper with an active racer and he lists the exact same things, except at the end of dimensional shunting he says, or promising to a demon for slave labor. Which I guess kind of falls under slavery, but, it's oddly specific that that's how you can mess with an active racer.
So we know by the rules that they can't.
By the rules, it says that she cannot mess with us. No. Why? Is something going on?
Yeah, we have a bitch trying to call for Parley.
And you just hear, like, more crashing noises in the background, and he's like... I don't know if we did attend this parlay, I feel like we should send maybe some more level-headed people. It'd probably be best not to send anyone with a history of violence pertaining to members of this organization.
So the entire Platinum Wardens are out.
I mean, do you have anyone who doesn't hate Eclipse, or is perhaps more of a neutral mindset?
Avok steps forward. I can totally do this.
The only ones in this group would be Lens Boy.
Percy kind of like raises his hand. I really don't have anything like... I mean, from what you guys are talking about, they sound terrible, but I don't have,
They killed me, Percy.
Fucking shit.
Yes.
I guess I'm out then.
Remember when we met and I was a ghost? Yeah, they did that.
Yeah, no, I'm all about my beefy Goliath boy. I gotta say no on this one. Fuck those guys. And Cutter immediately chimes up. Yeah, but this is a really good opportunity. I mean, if it means just not, blasting them immediately in the face, I think it's at least worth it to hear them out. And Alex chimes up, I know that I'm technically under house arrest here, but if it's any consolation, I would gladly be your negotiator for a reasonable fee.
Okay, how much we talking?
I think
how much is my life in danger with this one?
Probably not that much.
Okay, then we will settle on a nice sum of 50 gold.
To be honest, I can hide and stealth if scout them coming in if it is a trap.
No, guys, I got it. We have our spokesperson be shadowing.
I'm sorry, what?
How about
This is out of game. I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, so was mine.
Yeah, so none of that is canon.
Yeah.
Okay,
how
so
about well, I suppose I can always go.
Trap it is the best talker.
Also, guys, I think we're running out of time to respond.
Yeah. Okay, so for one, are we actually considering this, guys?
Here's the thing. I'm torn as a player. I want to see where this thread goes, but Merrick is very split on it because he's Merrick, but he's also very angry. Does anyone have any points before this? Like, what can we really gain from this?
How far away is it out of character? Like, just how far of a detour is this?
I mean, you're all still in the exact spot you all
It's like
were.
this way. It's this one you said.
The City of Glass is right about here. It's like right before the
that
Isle
one.
of Dread.
Well, it's on the way anyway.
And that's
as
just
well.
where y'all are thinking of holding this. This isn't even responding to the damn message.
Yeah.
So here's what I think: we at least see what's up, just because this sounds interesting at the very least. But if
We
you guys
could
want to talk me
say-
out,
I'm sorry.
yeah, but if you guys want to talk me out of this, by all means, I'm
Here's the
up to
thing.
any points.
Might as well say
Split the
yes.
party.
Might as well say yes. If we change our minds, we ghost them.
Guys, we split the party.
That honestly that's not a terrible idea. In this situation, like just have us go up to talk, and the stealthiest of us just sort of hang in the shadows and observe for any traps or any tricks.
If this is going to be some kind of discussion, I think at the very least, Trapid and Merrick should be involved. Me and Rendo can.
But
Me,
don't we want
Rendo, and
the
Lensbo
person
can
to
do
be
some stuff.
someone who doesn't have a burning hatred for Eclipse?
Lensbo should be involved in this discussion as well, since he of everyone with Eclipse, Lensbo is the most neutral. Merrick and Trapid can be there as backup in case things do turn hostile, while Rendo and Avok stick to the shadows.
Trapid's the more pragmatic member of the group, also, like the more
Yeah.
mercantile.
Yeah.
Merrick is just
Not
there for
be as
muscle and
afraid of
intimidation.
someone him.
I'm okay with this. How about you, Zach?
That.
Is he muted again?
Yep.
Rando!
He might be AFK.
It worked. It worked.
He's
Okay.
eating.
Okay.
All right. Reply yes then.
Freaking that gift again. So yeah, Isle of Glass.
Okay, so y'all say yes, and you say Isle of Glass?
Yes.
Okay.
What?
You know what? Let's just not use.
Oh, hold on. We have 25 words.
You haven't used the spell, you're just responding.
I know,
yeah.
I know. Let's not use our spell to give. Let's not use our spell at all. That way, she can't respond with a no. We're not meeting there.
Okay. But I'm saying we still have 25 words to respond with.
Yeah,
You
you
say-
just used
yeah.
2, or you've used yes, Isle of Glass. You've used 4.
Yes.
How about we just have people specify like 3 people only, or something like that?
She doesn't have that many people left.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
s-
right.
yeah. No tricks.
No tricks.
Just you.
For all we know, there could be other members floating around out there.
Anything else you want to say?
But even if there is, she's not going to own up to that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come unarmed.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, that's 10 words. You have 15 left if you want to use them.
I
Bring
think.
snacks. I don't know.
Please tell me that's just Lensbo going on his own and just goes, bring snacks.
Yeah, that's 12.
I'm okay with this.
Is that the
I
end
mean,
of the
we got the
is
no
that the end is that the end of the response?
We got no tricks in there, correct?
You got
Yeah.
no tricks in there.
Oh, hold on.
I think we're good.
How's your day going so far?
She can't respond.
I know it's.
Okay, so you've set a meeting point at the City of Glass.
At the docks. Like, make it easy, like, docking at the City of Glass. So that
Okay.
way it's quick and easy.
Got
And
it.
you know what?
Within the
You know
eyes
what?
of the judges.
And you know what? Just for the hell of it, include how are you doing? She can't respond to idiot as the message.
Yeah, just bring snacks to the docks. How's your day going? She can't respond, idiot. And it just cuts off.
Beautiful.
See, look what you made me type.
This is the beautiful, synergetic team of the Platinum Wardens, heroes of Volta.
God, this actually reminds me
Decision
of, like,
makers
my life.
extraordinaire.
I turn to Xiao Fei. Let's go. So, welcome to the ship. How's your day going?
He is just like very confused by this whole situation because again, blind. So
Yeah.
he's just kind of here now, listening to vibrations and hearing a bunch of people bicker back and forth for like 5 to 10 minutes. So he's just kind of like, how does anything get done on this ship?
Palo knows. I don't.
Yeah, we need to just get behind each other's backs.
How does your character function? It doesn't.
So,
Normally a law of divine providence and fucking luck.
On that note, you all hear over the eerie frequency, hey, so did y'all ever reach a decision on that thing? Like, should we...
Oh yeah, we're parlaying for the time being, expecting a trap. Oh yeah, the CCR are involved in that too. We should have included you guys in this discussion. Sorry about that. Forgot about that. So here's what we agreed on. We're going to meet up with the captain. She should be coming unarmed, bringing snacks.
Oh,
then
what kind of snacks?
We have no idea.
Shit.
If
Jesus.
it's sour belt, we're going to kill her. But it's going to be Trapit, Lensbor, and I agreeing to meet. Lensbor and Rando in the shadows.
Avok and Randy said that.
Yeah, Avok and Rando in the shadows, anticipating any traps or ambushes. You guys are welcome to join us since you're included on this parlay. Lensbor, not Lensbor. Lucky, if you want to ask some questions about your daughter, now would be the time.
Yeah, same thing, really.
You just hear, like, a loud smashing noise, then from the back you hear, my leg! And Tim goes, yeah, that would probably, yeah, we'll weigh it out. I'll
Second, maybe not the best time to bring Lucky.
I'll get back to you. And you just hear the feed cut out.
Okay. Really wanted to ask them if they wanted to tackle the Shardborn together. I guess I'll ask them that once we get to the docks.
Yeah.
Yeah, let Lucky take his frustration out on the Shardborn.
On that note, I am going to roll a d4 because it's time to figure out how much time passes.
We missed the race.
So the next stretch will be 8 hours. Are you going to have Cutter go at normal speed or double speed now that the ship is fixed?
I say double
I
speed.
feel like
We have some
normal
catching
is
up to do.
Let's do it. Let's go double.
Oh, God.
So, quick question. 8 hours?
8 hours, yeah.
Does anyone need to rest up to get any stuff back?
Or sorry, not 8 hours, 4 hours. Sorry, I rolled the... I
Oh,
rolled
in
the
that
dice
case,
wrong.
never mind.
I can take a short rest and get my key points back.
Yeah, I'm gonna do
I
the
mean,
short
if
rest.
it's 4 hours, I can just take a long rest and
Yeah,
back
Trap
to full
It
health.
and Rando can take a long rest to get all their spell slots back and everything.
Yeah.
Father,
And,
son, nap time.
Can I fix Luke in that time?
Yeah, I'll allow it.
Oh, I didn't realize Luke was damaged. In that case,
Yeah, he is,
He got extra fucked from that.
lightning thing.
Yeah.
The Nautilus
I'm
fucked him up real bad.
I'll take a short rest to recover my key points, and I'll also watch Alec. And again, I guess I'm also watching Xiao Fei.
I'm just imagining, because Rando and Trapit both have like the elven trance, and Avok has this short rest to recover his key points. I'm just imagining all three of them sitting downstairs, like Trapit and Rando are in their trance, like just getting their rest, and Avok's just sitting there like meditating. He goes, "Oh," and Trapit's like, "Fucking stop it!"
Trapper just pulls out a gun.
Trapper reaches into the bag.
Stop disrupting my sleep!
So Trapit is essentially.
a giant pillow, just shoves him on his head.
You said Trapit's essentially asleep right now.
I mean, well, it's not sleep. It's like a deep trance.
How deep?
Right,
Like
No.
deep enough for them to get what is essentially a human's 8 hours of sleep, but not so deep that if you decided to fuck with him, he wouldn't snap out of it.
So no pencil mustache. Got it.
Nope.
Okay.
The second you
No.
would start tracing that on him, that would break him out of the trance because it would be an outside disruption to his trance.
Don't fuck with our full spellcasters.
I'm kidding.
With that said, Milk's also going to take a short rest to heal up a bit.
Okay, if everyone's resting, who's fucking guiding the ship?
Cutter doesn't sleep. Haven't you seen this guy driving it for hours on it?
Yeah, but
assume
but doesn't one of us need to navigate?
Yeah, Walker, can Merrick be on the top deck taking a short rest while stuff's going down? Can I do
just
that?
realized-
Or no?
What is your short rest activity that you will be doing? Like, are you just napping?
Just healing up.
Okay.
Hit dice.
Yeah, just hit die.
So just resting.
Yeah, like just leaning up against one of the guns, just taking care of his wounds, just that.
Get me eagle perch.
If we need, if you need it back up, call me and I'll break my short rest.
Gotcha. Can I still heal or would I not? I mean, I'm okay with not healing up.
Yeah, y'all are taking short rests. You can roll your hit dice and shit. Like, I'm not denying you this. I'm just saying 4 hours are passing. What are you doing? I'm just.
Oh, okay. That
Best thing ever.
Believe me, you'll know. I'll say roll a perception check, and then you'll be like, "Oh God."
Yeah, Aura's gonna be keeping a lookout. By the way, if she sees anything suspicious, she's gonna call.
Merrick's actually going to say a small prayer to Pelor.
Okay.
And
Avok's meditating to recover his key points. Trap it and Randor in the trance. Lidsbor's fixing Luke. Cool, we've got it.
Yeah. I'll see on the top deck just so if a perception check needs to happen, it can do it.
I can't believe Artifact Hunter doesn't give me mending.
On that note, you said you're going double time?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so now to roll to see what you encounter. Fucking, of course.
Engine failure.
Eight Pyro Hydras.
Lucky break.
Yay!
Lucky broke.
No. Yes, he just broke down sobbing.
No.
The Artifact Hunters killed themselves. Wait, that's not allowed in the rules.
By the way,
Not the Artifact Hunters.
again, you said you were double timing it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you guys got pretty damn close.
For the CCR not double timing it.
Should we be sticking close to the CCR?
Well-
They're not double timing it because they don't have the ability to.
Oh, I thought they could. Yeah, let's keep pace with them.
But they will still catch up. Looks like a lot of racers are actually heading to the city of Glass.
Oh, okay.
Okay, maybe we can recruit these people to take out Sharkborn.
And so as you all are riding along, here comes your lucky break in the form of the Orochi Hunters, who are dropping by to say hello. They swing by alongside your ship, and Merrick, you recognize the captain of their ship, and he kind of like looks over at you and nods and kind of like makes a gesture, just like kind of like, may we board.
Merrick nods, allowing them on.
Are you getting us from the bottom, Eric?
What?
Are you getting us from the bottom?
I know the OG hunters, they're good people, but Merrick does alert the group. Hey guys, no one freak out. Having guests on the ship, the OG hunters.
We're good with them, right?
Yeah, we're good. If you guys want to come up here, go ahead. If you guys need to rest, keep on resting.
Yes, as you can rest, I'll go check it.
Mm-hmm.
They
I'm still
all.
keeping an eye on Alec, though, even if I'm down there.
All right. They all come on board. It's a small party of like 4 people, including the captain. It seems like just him and his most trusted advisors. And they come on board, but they've got some people trailing behind them, like carrying some supplies, and he's like, after hearing about your confrontation, we figured it would be best to bring you some supplies, things for repairs, as well as perhaps ammunition or rations.
Lunsford immediately poked his head out of the stairs. Repair?
And he gestures to some of his people and like speaks in their native language and kind of like gestures for them, and they bring over these crates that are just full of like metal ingots and like smaller like screws and whatnot. He's like, I was not sure what your ship was made out of, so I brought a few materials that might prove useful.
Thank you.
He nods and goes, is there anywhere for... And he kind of like looks over and sees like how barren like your top deck is. He's like, is there any place you could host us for a short time?
Hold on,
Of
didn't we put the hot tub on the top deck?
You all attempted to, and then Cutter got mad that you were cutting holes in his ship.
Yeah, we put it back. We put the top deck back.
Aw.
Of course.
This space would look a lot nicer with like a onsen, or I think as you call them, a hot tub.
You know
Yes,
what?
it would.
And I feel like Cutter just immediately grumbles at that.
Merrick looks over his shoulder and just gives him like a coy. He's smoking. It really would, wouldn't it? Merrick goes and gets some chairs from like below deck, I suppose.
Yeah. Yeah, we can host them for a bit.
All right, they set up the ammunition crates and whatnot.
Merrick takes out his alchemy jug. Tea.
It begins brewing a tea.
Lunsford pulls out his alchemy jug and... Hold on, what else? What else? Alchemy jug?
Chapman, would you mind boiling this?
Trap it, boils it.
All right, you have now.
Chapman just holds it and just starts boiling.
You have now steeped a tea.
Yeah.
I
did it,
make
guys.
wine.
Well, guys, we have endeared ourselves to the samurai.
Yeah, with dirty leaf
Tea.
water and alcohol.
Yeah.
Hey,
That's
it
all
could
you
have been
need.
beer. This is fancy alcohol.
We traded sake.
Yeah.
We're not brothers.
Yeah, so they have some tea with y'all, and they unload the cargo that they brought, send the people back, and they just kind of like have a pretty all right time with y'all. Those of you that were rolling hit dice during the short rest, add 20 to whatever you rolled, as y'all have a nice time and recover some additional hit points.
We have temporary hit points?
Nope, these are regular ones.
Damn it.
You can add 20 to whatever health you gain back.
Fine, if it'll put you over your max, add whatever the rest of it is. Just
Okay, I have 19 temporary hit points.
God
There's
damn
only
it.
ones up on the top deck, right?
Yeah, they're all on the.
Yeah, Merrick invited everyone up, and
I mean, you and Rando recover like full hit points, so.
Yeah, no, just double check it. Like, it doesn't apply to us.
So you get the full temporary hit points.
That's kind of what I was asking. Do we?
I mean, Trap It, you boiled the water. I'll let you have that one.
Okay.
We'll say Rando participated. I'll let Rando have it too. Just whatever. Everybody
Right,
get your hit points.
Red, if you rolled low on your hit points, you have an extra 20 or temporary hit points if those exceed anything you healed.
Whoa, what?
Yeah, that's the boon we get from like partying with the samurai.
I mean, when you party with the samurai, you party with the samurai.
Oh, great! I have an extra 4 hit points.
I have 13 temporary HP.
On that note, I am gonna go ahead and roll for the next batch of time.
Okay, during that time, or no, never mind.
Okay, so 3 hours pass, so that will be 6 spaces. That'll get y'all to the Isle of Glass.
I'll be right back.
Okay.
And that'll get y'all to the City of Glass.
During that time, I want to just turn to Alec and shell face. Like, by chance, do either of you, do the names the Black Sheep or the Crow mean anything to either of you?
Xiaofei shakes his head no, and Alec also shakes his head no.
Just curious.
What did that generator we pull from the sinking ship do again?
Oh, it generates a force gauge.
Force gauge.
Yeah, like it's basically just a protective field around a set amount of dimensions.
I see. All right, tinker with that.
Let's tinker.
You know, for the sake of this, I'm just gonna get everyone over here. You all will be arriving at the Isle or at the City of Glass earlier than the rest of these, but I'm just gonna move everybody here for the sake of time.
Avok would like to do like a perimeter sweep just to get the lay of the land. Before
Yeah,
they
I
show
mean,
up.
y'all are gonna be here. It's gonna be about 3 or so hours before they arrive. So I've just got all the tokens here, but it's gonna be 3 hours before they arrive. So let me kind of set the stage, as it were. Here we go.
Back.
So unfortunately, 5th edition doesn't actually have a lot of information on the City of Glass. It's changed a few things around with the water plane. But just to preface it, it is this essentially this pocketed city inside the plane of water itself. Like the city itself spans about 2 miles from top to bottom, with the like top 10th of the city being in a small area of like pocketed air within the plane itself, protected by a dome of glass. Whereas the rest of the city itself seems to be made out of coral and other materials, stonework, as well as metal and further and further down it goes, like the more organic materials you see from the ocean floor. Additionally, kind of at the heart of the City of Glass, like below the dome but above all the coral, there's this central structure kind of shaped like a large oval that is just these branching arcs of coral studded with pearls and other finery. This seems to be kind of like the central like area for the ruling body of this place. It seems to be for nobility and higher class individuals within the water plane itself, as it is decked out, like I said, with coral, pearl, gold, like a lot of rare and raw materials. And as you all dock in the area that has air, the city is actually pretty massive. Like it goes up and down like vertically for 2 miles, but the city itself across is like about the size of a fair city. Like I'm not talking like Atlanta or anything here, but it's like pretty damn big for a fantasy city.
Mm-hmm.
Like it spans at least over 36 blocks. I realize that's
So we're talking
probably
like
not a lot.
Like we're talking like one of New York small boroughs almost.
Yeah, like a small borough or like a city-state, I guess would be the best way to describe it. Like
Okay.
think like ancient Greek Sparta. Like it's not the largest place in the world, but it is bigger than the surrounding towns.
But it's home.
Yeah, it's just pretty big. It's pretty big
Gotcha.
for a city. And y'all dock in the air. like the ventilated areas, and you see that a lot of the other racers have docked here as well. By the time that y'all get here, the racers that are currently inhabiting this area there's the Astral Ravagers in their Star Treader, the Soon Risen in their Bone Cruiser, basically everybody from A Block is here. They were actually some of the first to arrive. Additionally, alongside them are Strahd's Servants, the Vampires of the Shadowfell, the Thieves Guild Coin Trick, and the Mercenary Talons. The Orochi Hunters arrive at the same time as you. The only 3 that are not here when you arrive are the Artifact Hunters, the CCR, and the Shardborn. Like I said, it's going to be 3 hours before they arrive, so you all do have time to kind of like explore the city and kind of like get a lay of the land or shop for anything if there's anything that draws your interest. It is a big city, so it would be easy to get lost if you're not careful.
But if we do venture into the city, try to be back with half an hour to spare so we can set up in case we need to prep anything.
Right.
Rando, you have a lot of the potions on you, right? How are we doing on health potions?
Let me just double check. Because I'm
Just burn
pretty
my
sure
mouth.
we're actually doing. I think we're doing pretty good. Let's see here. Start obviously looking through my inventory here. Let's see. We have 6 normal basic potions. We have 7 greater and 1 superior.
Okay, mind if I take 2 of those greater?
Yeah. That should be a good idea.
Eva raises his hand. Mind if I just hold on to care which kind? I just kind of burned my last potion I had on me.
I'll give you we'll say to be safe 3 basic.
Okay.
Anybody else before we split up?
Anyone else need potions? Or
I mean, what should we be looking for in the city?
if anyone needs anything to resupply, anything like with material components, if Lensboy you think
My 3D horn.
good luck, my dude. I doubt you'll find that in the water plane, and even if you do, it's probably going to be a pretty pricey import.
We should ask her to bring one with her.
Damn it!
It's okay, she's bringing snacks.
Perhaps she feeds on the 3D horns. Oh, we got hope for you there, AV.
Don't call me Avi.
Vaki?
Avi.
I don't see much of a reason to explore. Is there any magic shops within the city? Might want to check to see if we can find some sort of upgrade.
What do we know about? Who read about the what? Anyone here know anything about the City of Glass? The 2 muted people got it. Okay.
I mean, I read about the water plane.
I'm pretty sure I have advantage on everything but fire.
Pretty much, yeah.
So you can go get food and we can have Lensborg.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll say this.
I'm just afraid I locked
the,
myself out of my house. That's what I'm afraid of right now.
with the food that the Orochi Hunters gave you, you're pretty good on rations. You won't need to get anything until you get to, like, the ice plane.
No, I was talking IRL for Zach.
Oh.
Yeah.
You okay?
He's just going to step out for a second to grab some food.
Okay.
He said in the Discord.
Alright, be careful, my dude. Yeah, y'all are pretty good on supplies. Like, if there's any specific items you want to look for while you're here, you're free to do that.
During the 3 hours it took to get here, could I have checked out this generator thing?
Yeah, roll me a tinkering check.
Mirk's gonna cast
Which I realize at this point is basically the same thing as your Arcana.
I know. I just make sure. I'm not wanting to take it apart yet. I just want to figure out how it works.
Yeah.
Okay.
So roll me a tinker / Arcana check.
I thought tinkering used Dex.
No, uses intelligence.
Oh, cool.
Can I give him guidance on that?
Yeah, go for it. It's still a skill. It's still a skill ability check.
Guidance.
Where's my D4?
This is my mission to make everyone unprepared with D4s.
There it is. Okay, that's +3. Good. Enough of the roll. Okay, so that's the 17 before modifiers,
All right.
which would be. I can't remember. Am I proficient in Tinker's Tools?
An artificer, you should be.
Yeah,
Yeah, but I'm multi-class artificer, so.
you should still be.
Yeah, you still get the tools.
It's just like vanilla skill proficiency
Your
you don't
proficiency
get.
bonus is doubled for any ability check for any tool proficiencies you gain from this class. And Tinker's Tools, yeah. So not only that, it's expertise.
Nice.
So that is so it's a 17 plus 8 plus my intelligence, just 3. So that is a 28.
Woo!
I rolled
yeah.
a 14, by the way.
Yeah, the generator itself is designed, like I said, to set up a field of force around whatever dimensions are set for it. The controls don't seem to be, on this generator, so you would probably have to construct a set of new controls. Most likely they were...
How big of a field does it seem it can make?
Considering the scope and size of their ship, getting one to cover your ship, or say cover, like, in the material plane, an actual fortress, would not be outside the realm of possibility. But if we're talking, like, covering an entire city, or anything much larger than a couple, 100 square feet, doesn't seem like it would be possible.
And refresh my memory, spells could or could not be cast through this thing.
Y'all never really fired spells at it. You kind of just hit it with cannons.
Yeah, we just pretty much.
So weapons at the very least can pass through this.
Or at the very least, they can do considerable damage to the shield itself. With some modifications, it could probably be made to be impassable or at least impenetrable to those things, but it would still take damage from them.
Gotcha. Do it also seem like I could make, like, the thing is obviously built to shield an entire ship.
Mm-hmm.
Do I look like I could break? Does it look like I could break it down and make miniature versions?
Ooh.
Condensing that, like, this is already, condensing that technology would be a very difficult trial, but for someone as, intelligent and gifted as yourself, it wouldn't be outside the realm of possibility, you think?
Yeah.
It would just take some time.
Because one of the things I'm thinking is an arcane force shield.
Ooh.
And maybe
So kind of like an animated shield.
Kind. No, I thought animated shield just follows you.
I mean, it does, but like it moves to intercept
I'm
things.
talking like Reinhardt shield.
Yes!
All right. It'd take time, but you think you might be able to crack something like it.
Also would want to look, if Trapit allows anyway, look into applying some of this technology to his cube of force.
Ooh.
Either strengthening it or changing its properties of shield domage.
Here's what we do. We buy a house and we install this.
As soon as I find a keep from my Inquisition.
Who needs an alarm system?
Funny thing is, I was going looking to getting direwolves for my Inquisition as like security here, but fuck this.
Okay, then here's my list. I just give Merrick like a list of like inexpensive metal materials to experiment with.
Well, we now have plenty of metals.
Yeah, does any of this cover what the OG hunters brought over?
I'll say that the materials they brought over would cover a quarter of Linspor's list.
Okay.
Okay.
Because there's
Take
still
the
some
list.
precious metals that you would need, things like tungsten or gold, things that would require like circuitry or just fine-tuned heat conduction or energy conduction that you would have to look for.
Right, Merrick will go and shop for that then.
Okay.
And while I'm out, I'm also going to see if I can find just a generic magic shop, just to see if I can find anything that the team could benefit from. Just anything unique, like maybe a stronger sword or what have you.
I'll go with you. I just want to browse.
Just to stretch my legs, need a change of scenery.
And while they're doing that, I would like to. During these 3 hours, I would like to see about since Cutter doesn't want the hot tub on this ship, maybe their Rochi hunters would like a hot tub.
As you pitch the idea of a hot tub to them, they seem very interested. And they even show you an area on the lower deck that would be perfect for it.
Alright, me and Luke get to work.
All right. Merrick and Avok said y'all were going to go shopping. Trappit and Rando, what are y'all doing?
I guess I'll probably just wander around the city a little bit. Just kind of see if anything jumps out at me.
I'm gonna do some sightseeing because, I feel like I haven't really exactly done a lot of sightseeing. It's more of we have a mission, gotta do mission.
Yeah, it's kind of what I'm doing. Just
Go
wandering.
time, go time, mission time.
Just imagining like Trappit in a friggin' sun hat or some shit.
He's
With like
rocking
those stripe of sunscreen and like a Polaroid camera.
Father, son, mother
I
town.
have sunglasses.
He's rocking those.
That you do. You do have some
Disney
pretty
dad
nice.
cargo shorts.
I have like the Crowley sunglasses.
Yeah.
I'm just imagining like the goofy hat. He's dressed up like the genie from the end of Aladdin.
Yes. Finally free of the party.
Cutter would be the type to wear Hawaiian shirt.
All right. On that note, we'll go ahead and break it apart. We'll start with Rando, actually. Rando, you said you're going to go around sightseeing. Is there anything in particular that you want to look at?
I guess like not just like because the marketplaces are always unique, but like those are usually easy. Like those are like the simple ones. I want to more do like I want to check out the architecture.
Okay.
'Cause, you know,
what
we
level
got
of the
some-
city are you looking at? Are you looking at the top, the mid, or the bottom?
Okay, so where are we exactly like?
You're at the top.
Start with the top, and then I'll work my way around.
Okay. The top is very modern. A lot of the buildings are made of metal, and all the metal seems actually very light. It's not like construction you see in the material plane, things made of stone or iron. This is all very like light. Like some of these buildings are made of silver, and others are made of kind of like a lightweight steel. All of them have various shades of glass painting the windows, and all of them seem to have they don't really have doors. They just kind of have these open entrances, and people kind of like come and go through them. A lot of buildings kind of have like these standing balconies kind of like on the sides of them as well as like on the roofs. It's a very kind of open air environment. Specifically because this is a dome that is protected with air, so a lot of people like to actually come up here and enjoy the oxygen. That is a rare commodity on the plane of water.
I mean, do what makes you feel good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like it's just really nice.
It's very much. God, I'm trying to think of a way to describe this. Do you watch Star Wars at all?
Yes, I do. funny 'cause I was actually just on a conversation about that.
It's not like Coruscant, but like actually, yeah, kind of like the upper city on Coruscant is kind of what I'm thinking here.
Okay. Just very open air.
Yeah, actually, I just realized that I'm just basically thinking of the Coruscant for the entire City of Glass is now what I've been picturing now that I look at it in retrospect, and I feel kind of shitty.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, it's basically
Anyway,
a district. You got the nice top shiny city, the mid, which is kind of still really nice and posh, and then you got the lower levels, which is very much not.
Pretty much not. Eesh. All right. Well, I'm just gonna I'm gonna do like a circle around the island. How long would that probably take me?
2 hours.
All right. And then I'm just gonna kind of chill, not quite close to I'm kind of close to the docks, but not really.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to kind of just enjoy like a nice, I guess Randall just wants to relax. So he's gonna go into more of okay. Long story short, I guess technically a brewery or a coffee shop, whatever you want to call a pub. A pub. That's what I want.
Okay. You go to the local canteen, and it's very much kind of the best way to describe it is kind of like very much beachside resort type of tiki bar type thing. It's all open air. It has a very long bar stretch, kind of some hanging torches and lights. Some of them are even coral lanterns, with bioluminescent fish or algae floating in them, kind of making a nice atmosphere. Behind the counter is a Triton male who is wearing essentially what is, I realize, a fantasy Hawaiian shirt and some cargo shorts. And he's got some pretty cool markings on him. They're not tattoos because he has scaled skin, but it's kind of paint, I guess, is the best way to describe it. And there's a lot of various liquids and things all around this bar that Rando doesn't really recognize, and there's some things that are more familiar. You can easily spot out that's an ale, that's a wine, that's the thing that Dad told me I'm not allowed to drink.
There's a couple of those. One of them is the that ooze.
Yeah.
Good times. Good times.
So there's just a variety of different liquors in here, and the Triton sees you walk in. Do you take a seat at a table or at the bar itself?
I would probably prefer the bar itself because I do like more of that. Because Rando's preferred more of the confrontation. He's getting a little better about that.
Gotcha. I am gonna try my best for the accent for this character that I want to pull off.
Okay.
You sit down at the bar and he goes, "Hey, brah, what you drinking today?"
Well, I'm looking for something a little softer. I got some work to do later today, and I don't want to be drunk off my ass.
I feel that. All right, I got you set up. And he pours you this light blue liquid that's partially opaque into this frosty mug, and he hands it to you and he goes, "All right, now how you be paying today?"
That's a very tricky question. The usual coin.
Usual coin, eh? All right. I feel you. Just pass me the coin, brother.
All right. How much?
For this, we say 4 silver.
Oh, okay. I do not have silver. Okay.
You don't got silver. Pass me a gold. I make you the change. You can put if you don't want the silver, you can put the change in the tip jar. And he kind of gestures over to this.
I think it's an emerald, an EP.
You're talking about the Electrum piece. We don't
yeah?
really take that here. No.
Okay.
You know
Yeah,
most of that?
here's
That's some foreign exchange that we don't do.
yeah. Okay. Well, here's some gold.
So you hand him a gold piece, and he hands you back the change in silver, and he's like, again, if you don't want to hold on to the silver, brother, you just put it in a tip jar.
So let's see. He said it's 4.
Yeah, so he hands you back 6 silver for 1 gold piece.
Okay. I'm gonna drop. Yeah, two silver. We'll drop some 2 silver in there.
He looks at it, he's like, hey, 50% tip. Thank you very much, bro.
Oh, yeah. Good conversation.
All right.
So
Don't
I'm
see
just-
many elves around here. What's your business?
I guess I'm kind of vacationing with my family.
Ah, family. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
family.
that's the good one.
Yeah. I'm not really lying, so. Yeah, it's really interesting. Because my dad and I we're actually we didn't really see much when I was younger, so we're kind of catching up now.
Ah,
kinda
yeah,
nice.
yeah. Distant father figure. I feel that. Been there myself, bro.
Oh. Well, yeah, I guess it's one of those that yeah, it's rough, but
He asked
Hey,
you for money yet?
funny enough, he actually gave me money.
Ah, that's one I don't hear him at very often. That's one I don't hear
Yeah,
too much.
It's one of those I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, like my life was pretty good like without him and all that, but I think my life's gotten a lot better because of all the people that he's kind of brought into it.
He kind of like nods and smiles. To answer your question, Hawk, he's a Triton. Whoop! Knocked over my dice box. He just kind of looks at you and he goes, "Are there any other drinks you want?"
I appreciate, but I think I'm good for the now. But again, thank you for the conversation.
All right. You want to keep talking, or do you want to just drink in silence?
I
'Cause
think
I understand.
can,
I understand both ways, bro.
Yeah, I think just drinking silence. I definitely love. This is a really beautiful island. I'm not gonna lie. I don't see a lot like it.
Yes, it's real nice on the island. I mean, it's different, but you get used to it. And a lot of the other islands around, they're really nice too. Some of the people, they got some really weird backwoods traditions, bro. But it's all good. The Isle of Dread, place I would not recommend going unless you like really weird stuff.
Like how weird are we talking?
I mean, you don't really strike me as the type of guy who likes the weird stuff, but oof.
I'm just curious how weird we're talking here because like.
Basically, a lot of weird weather phenomenons kind of pass over there. It's kind of known to have entrances open to the material plane rather frequently, mainly due to the sweeping storms that come in through from here as well as from the material plane that kind of like are the tethering point between the worlds. But the main issue being that whenever a breach opened up from the material plane, usually a ship come through, ship crash, they get stuck on the Isle of Dread, and tend to go a little, and if it's other way around, like, a breach opens to the material plane from our end, sometimes ships that are sailing just by the Isle of Dread can get sucked in and get crashed, so half of it end up on the material plane, half of it end up in the Isle of Dread, and then same old story. The crew, typically, people like myself, the Triton or the Genasi, they go a little, and it turns really bad real fast.
So it's just overall bad time.
I mean, if you want to go to the Isle of Dread, your funeral, bruh. But unless you like cannibalism, I typically say not to go there.
I am not a huge fan of that. I haven't resorted to that yet, so I prefer not to.
Not many people are.
Yeah.
I mean, my cousin used to say, you try it at least once, you're good to go. But I really feel that not the way to go.
I'm usually like one of those kind of people that's like, I'll try almost anything once. I don't think I'm gonna try cannibalism.
Yeah,
I feel like that's like one of the few things that on that list that I'm just like, nah, I'm good.
I mean, but for you though, it would just be the elf. I mean, like if you ate like a human, that wouldn't really be like cannibalism, bruh. It'd be a little weird. But like if you like,
that sounds like a really crazy party. I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, like I hear the Marid, like the Caliph or whatever he likes to call himself. He hold a feast every now and then, and they have some pretty exotic meats. One time, I hear they had human. And let's just say I did not go to that party.
Yeah, that probably didn't go too well.
No, I actually heard it went great. A lot of people liked it.
What?
A lot of people
Really?
at the party. Really cool time. Had a lot of fun. But there also weren't humans there. I feel like the humans would have been a little object to eating one of their own.
So what I'm hearing is probably don't go to the party because elves are unique around here.
Probably not, bruh. Probably best
All
not
right.
to. I mean, like I said, there's not a party going on right now. You'd probably be fine, but I would just recommend not going down there because technically you're a visitor, and just between you and me, bro, this is not a place you want to wander around without some people around you, because if you get to more of the local areas, the real local, the real authentic areas, you can get abducted, bro. Like, you will disappear.
Oh, that's a new one.
Yeah, I wish I had better things to say about this place, but it's a tourist trap, literally, sometimes.
Huh. Well, you learned something new. Well, I appreciate the talk. I appreciate the where not to go.
Yeah.
Yep. Well,
I'll let you
I
get back to
probably
drinking in
go,
silence now.
yeah,
And he kind of
yeah,
like
I was
walks
gonna
off.
say, actually, now I think about it, probably should go find my people.
He lets you go back to drinking in silence, and he kind of like tends to some other customers. If you want to finish your drink, you can. Like I said, like Merrick and Avok were traveling together, so they're probably fine.
Yep.
Yeah,
The only person that's alone are me and
Trap it, yeah.
Trap It.
On
And
that
knowing
note,
Trap It, he would go to more local areas.
we'll pick up with Merrick and Avok, and then we'll get to Trap It last. Before we group up for the parlay. Merrick and Avok, what y'all doing?
Merrick is just going around grabbing more medals for Lensbor and just seeing if he can find any shops that buy.
Okay,
Yeah,
so y'all are
and-
heading to like a market.
Yeah.
Yeah, anything in particular that's magic.
All right. So y'all head to like a market to just like they have like an open air bazaar and trading center at the heart of the city of Glass, on the top level, which is full of, similar to the city of Brass, it's full of traders from all over various different planes. You see some devils, like peddling their wares. You see humans from the material plane, some dwarves, you assume from either the material plane or the earth plane. A few races you don't recognize, probably additionally from the outer planes, as well as some kind of like races from like the inner planes, some Shadar Kai, some Fae. a few more people from what you assume is the material plane, all kind of peddling different wares. Nothing really catches your eye as far as like shops go outside. I mean, you do find a place that sells some pretty good precious metals, Merrick. It is a dwarven stall, naturally.
Of course it'd be.
Called The Hammer's Song. And as you approach, you kind of see why. Like, it is loud. Because from even far away, like as you approach, like it is just the constant sound of hammers hitting metal is all you hear as you kind of like approach and even get in there. Like, it is an actual, unlike being like an open stand, it is a actual shop. Built into one of these like kind of open air buildings like I was talking about earlier. This one actually seems to be like a giant forge. The only difference being the pipes that would normally go up to spout out like any sludge, runoff, like smoke, things like that, instead are going down. And it looks like they might be going either to the lower levels or they're just going straight down into the bottomless ocean.
That has to be bad for pollution.
Probably, but it's better than having smogified air that you can't breathe.
Oh yeah, of course. Just being a dick.
But they are hammering away at this stuff, and as you approach, there's actually one dwarf kind of like at the main counter with a long red beard that is braided, and kind of like a bald spot like right in the middle of his head. Like, he just kind of got one of those monk hairstyles where it just kind of is the sides, and then it just kind of like runs down along his back, and he just looks at y'all as you approach and he goes, "Welcome to the Hammer's Song."
Hello there. Pardon the intrusion. Just wondering if you can sell me some conductive metals for a bit more, finer works for an artificer friend of mine.
That I can do. Let me see your list.
Here you go.
And as you hand him the list, he kind of like looks it over and he's like, I see. Kieran! And you watch as this other dwarf kind of like saunters up. This one is very blonde-haired, like young-faced dwarf, probably like no more than 52. And he's like, yes, sir? Kieran, this man has come to buy precious metals. Perhaps bring out what we need. And he's like, yes, of course. And he kind of like looks over the list. He's like, I see. I will grab it right away. Question. And the boss is just like, what, Kieran? Have we gone ahead and quoted them price yet, sir? Kieran, you know my rule of business. Present the goods so they know its quality, then show them the price so they don't freak out. Don't you mean
concerns me.
Don't you mean show them the quality of the goods and then show them the price so they understand the price? What am I, a wordsmith or a blacksmith? Get in the back! And he's like, yes, sir. And he kind of just runs off, and he's like, sorry about him, he's new.
This is gonna hurt my pockets, isn't it?
Depends on
Doesn't
how much.
always.
Depends on how much you want these metals, boy. And he brings you up the metals. Most of it was like I said, things like high conductive, like gold, tungsten, things that you don't need like a large. You still need like a large quantity of, but not like to the detriment of your pockets. But some of them were like more precious metals, like platinum.
All right.
So he kind of like looks it over and like looks over like the entirety of the list and goes, okay. So for all of this, we're looking at about 985 gold.
Oof.
Damn.
985.
I got 865. How much you got, Merrick?
Merrick's whispering how much he has so that the guy doesn't actually hear him, but he seems
Yeah. No, I'm whispering that too.
Yeah, but 1,922. You want to go halfsies? I'll take the. I'll take the larger half.
Okay, how much would that?
985.
985. Calculator.
It's not really a larger half, Merrick. You're just doing 1 gold more than Avok.
Hush you.
So I got 190. What? Not 191. Wait. No. Brain, focus here. I'm sorry.
Yeah, 985 divided by 2.
Yeah. Got it.
That's
Okay.
just
I'll chip in half for that.
okay.
So you're basically paying 492 and he's paying 493.
Yep.
All right. You hand the man the gold. He hands you essentially what is a large sack full of various precious metals. And upon inspection of them, you can see why the price is rather high. These are actually very high quality metals. And they're not like... He hasn't handed you just like a bag of ore either. Like, he has smelted these into ingots, and they are very fine quality.
Hope Linsborg can do a lot of good with this.
All right.
This owes me money.
On that note...
Out of character, you guys dumping too much money into boy.
We know, but I try not to meta.
Yeah, but Linsvor also makes you some really good shit.
Linsborg's fun to play with.
You cut out after Linsborg.
Linsvor makes good stuff.
Vex, with your permission, I'd like to recruit your former player character into my Inquisition as chief of R&D.
Well, right now my former character is Alpha, and we're not even sure he's alive anymore.
Well, I mean,
Chief of
Linsborg,
R&D.
you swap out again.
Yeah,
Linsborg when you leave him.
Chief of R&D. I'm just imagining Alpha Dome would be like, yeah, so I hit this rock with another rock. This rock is harder. You should take that one.
This rock is stronger. Use this rock.
Except now it's evil.
Except now I've awakened this rock's sentient spirit, and now it wants to devour the souls of mankind.
Man, if I keep spending money like this, I won't have enough for anything.
Everyone?
Yeah, I just stuck the axe spirit inside this rock.
Jesus Christ.
Hold on, I wonder what would happen. Like, the axe wanted magic items. What if I gave him, like, a stone of good luck?
Oh no.
Then God help everyone else who decided to face Alpha afterwards.
Well, we know who the end boss is. It's Alpha teamed up with Malcolm.
I mean, or Campaign 2, you never know.
True.
Alpha survives the centuries as some kind of feral man beast.
Man be a pig.
Have you all heard the legend of Alpha Dome Ragnarok? The most fearsome thing ever. I'm super
Well, it's just
ethereal.
Alpha Ragna, because he can never tell anyone his full name.
Alpha Ragna. The most fearsome thing ever. I'm super ethereal.
Awesome.
That's great.
Anything else we need to do here?
I'm not seeing a magic shops worth investing in, and that in my pocket.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, and that hit my pockets harder than I was anticipating.
Walk, you see we didn't find any magic shops?
You didn't see any that really caught your eye.
Okay.
They're all selling like tier 1 common items. And it's just like,
Yeah, it's like, behold, this cape of billowing, and Merrick's like, no.
you son of a bitch! I use the keep of billowing in every campaign.
Yeah, bitch, Cave of Billowing is the best magic item.
Here's the thing,
I mean, if you get like a cape of billowing fashions, then that's even better because it can change colors and appearances, and it flows in the wind.
Here's the thing. I threw that in like session 1 for my players. All of them like, oh, cool, a magic cloak. What does it do? You need to identify it. Who has that? It's a wizard spell, but the wizard didn't take it, despite my insistence that he should.
So
I mean, he can always learn it later.
Yeah. So he leveled up London, and he learned that it was bug billowing.
Yeah, it was just
He was like, I wasted a fucking spell on
Yeah,
this. Like,
he
no,
wanted to learn something big and offensive, but I was like, you have to learn something that helps the party, my dude. I love you, but please.
Why
it's
learn
the
Fireball when you can learn Identify?
I saw this
we
by
were
level 1.
Yeah.
Can I
we were-
identify the fireball?
as it's hurtling at me and alarming.
No, I just catch it like a spirit bomb.
Oh. It bounced
Yeah,
off
I
your
just
phone.
one hand it.
Holy shit! I'm working on that glove.
Well, if there's
Working
nothing
on the
else,
glove that does that.
On that
Catch a
note,
fireball.
Let's head back to the ship and get ready for what's probably going to be a very bad encounter.
yeah.
as you all begin to head back to the ship, a Kuo Toa kind of scurries out of nowhere and says, "Hello, gentlemen."
Oh, what?
A Kuo Toa?
Yeah.
I'm Googling that.
A fish man.
It is a very ugly-looking fish man.
Oh my goodness.
But can you get a link? I think I'm spelling it wrong.
Kuotoa.
Kuot.
I'm dropping in chat.
Yeah, send him an image of that bad boy, that beautiful man beast. I like
the
that
other
one because if it was photoshopped a little bit, it looked like he'd be giving double thumbs up.
My
That's
word.
like my favorite image. He kind of looks at you and goes, "Excuse me, gentlemen, I couldn't help but overhear that you are, not finding things satisfactory to you here on, this mercantile, expanse."
Basically, Merrick doesn't overreact, but his eyes just get wide. Like,
Yeah.
Additionally, I couldn't help but notice you are, members of the Platinum Wardens of the current, race that is going on here.
also, yes.
I would like to extend the invitation to, you, that you might, join me at a purveyor of fine goods that, would suit you.
Insight check this guy. I'm not getting abducted and eaten.
I mean, don't be meta.
Honestly, I am just
Yeah, no,
Slowly.
he's a shifty looking thing. I mean, like, yeah, it'd be good to roll inside.
came out of nowhere with saying, "Hey, come with me, little boy. I have candy." Also, that's a 26.
I mean, he seems legitimately interested in like having y'all follow him to a place where you can buy items. He just seems to also have some ulterior motives that you can't quite place.
Avok just kind of looks at Merrick and shrugs.
All right. Well, with my insight, did I see that he had any weapons?
That's not an insight thing. That'd be investigation. So no.
Okay. Well, Merrick's size goes. You in it for this, Avok?
Sure, why not? Sounds like fun.
Here we go. Either way, what was your name?
My name is Bertrand. He seemed to have thought a little bit too hard about that one.
You don't seem convinced about that, Bertrand.
Bartholomew.
There it is,
Sure.
Bartholomew.
You should just be happy he didn't say merit. Or no.
You look a lot like a Bartholomew.
Yes, it is a family name. Please, come.
Can I do a perception check? It's like, are we being... Avok's like, okay, that's now a shady hand, so I'm just going to look around, just see if I see anybody.
Alright, go for it.
Okay. 40. I rolled an 18.
You are not being followed.
Okay.
As the trip continues, though, like your suspicions do grow because he leads you outside the Mercantile Bazaar to like this side alley off of a main street, where he then proceeds down a flight of stairs to this singular like glass elevator.
You know, back before I was bitten, when I was welcomed at the summons, they talked about bewaring people who lead you down dark alleys in the Dale program.
Yep, that was a thing that they had at Merrick Sunday School.
Yes.
And he leads you to the glass elevator and he goes, come, this is the way.
Okay. You lead on.
He leads you to the glass elevator and waits for you all to step inside.
Merrick does so, though I would like to see if I can palm a dagger in case things turn sour.
I think we're metagaming here, but
Yeah, dude's creepy.
fair enough. Okay, so I'm just going to get in.
He presses a series of buttons, and the elevator doors close, and then it proceeds down past like the mid-level and further down until it reaches like the bottom levels of the city. And then you all watch as the buttons that he's pressed all immediately light up red, and the elevator actually shoots through a tube at high speed until you all arrive in this blackened space. And as the doors open, he walks inside and he goes, we are here. One moment. And he kind of like shuffles off like just a little bit ahead of y'all to this little golden cord that is situated at the far end of this blackened like space, and he kind of tugs on it, and you just hear a loud as a light flips on overhead. And you are sitting essentially in what is like, God, what's the best way to describe this? Think like a hospital waiting room, like with the little toys for all the kids and the highlights magazines.
Oh my goodness, he's bringing us to his store. He just doesn't have good real estate.
And says, here we go. And he walks over to the around the room. There's like a few scattered items, but he walks over to this whiteboard and traces a runic sigil, and you watch as the entire room itself shifts and changes until you are sitting in a actual lavish waiting room with nice kind of like plush couches lined with velvet. The decor is kind of like these black and red stripes across the entirety of the room, and there's actually like this fine table in the middle with decanters of various liquors, and there's this large set of two black oaken doors at the far end of the room with the golden doorknobs, and he turns them and opens them, and you see beyond it like this shuffling room, almost like at the bazaar upstairs, full of various races, except these are not like your friendliest of races. These are Kuotoa, Sahuagin. You're looking at devils, demons, a few people from a few Shatter Kai, some vampires, some Umber Fae. Additionally, like you're seeing tieflings and dragonborn orcs, half orcs, and a few less than savory looking humans, and they all kind of like look over in y'all's direction. And then they immediately go back to work.
I just look at Merrick and just kind of sigh under my breath, like, well, this is going to be interesting.
Yep.
What do y'all do?
Follow the Kuotoa guy.
Follow our friend.
As
Yes,
you all
our
walk
best friend.
inside, this
We
is
have a
very
best
much
friend.
like a bizarre. Like, you've just kind of got various people shouting. They're like, Get your pixie souls right here, pixie souls, 5 gold for a lot. And you just hear, like, from the other side of the room, that's nothing. I got dwarf souls, real hardy dwarf souls, 300 gold a pop. And then you've got people like, Cavanian spice. We have Cavanian spice.
Avok just look at me like, don't.
I've been making nothing but questionable decisions today.
The Fruity Horns. We got a Fruity Horns here.
God damn it, Vex. You ruined it. Yeah, that was going to be the next guy.
Wait, what?
Yeah, there's
I'm so sorry.
there's a Sakwagin over at this, like, haphazard stall with, like, an eye patch, and he's just like, Efreeti horns, get your Efreeti horns.
Avok just...
I hand Avok the bag of holding without even looking at him.
I approach that gentleman.
Ah, yes, hello there, friend.
Hi, I was wondering if you're interested in a trade for Ifriti.
A trade, you say? Interesting. You have piqued my curiosity, friend. Pray tell, what have you to bargain?
I pull out a small pouch, powdered bone from a demi-lich.
This is acceptable trade. You may pass. And he extends the free horn to you and extends his hand for the demi-lich.
Avok just like, how was that the easiest one?
Tell me, are you interested in other items that might perhaps be beneficial to you?
I know. What else do you got?
I have. And he pulls out from behind the counter an item that you actually recognize, Avok. It is a bottle. It is a glass bottle with a label on it that has a carrot, and it is full of an orange liquid. He goes, I have premium carrot juice.
This game put my carrot juice back.
Ah, it looks like you have seen this item before.
Yes.
So I take it you have used it.
Yes, I've used it before.
Well, now I feel like I don't have to sell this to you very well. I apologies, friend. It is good to know that you have dark vision. And he goes to put the bottle back behind the counter. Is there anything else I might perhaps interest you in?
I'm good. Thank you for your business.
Very well. If ever you're in the market for gnome tears, you know where to find me.
When I run out of supply, I'll definitely come back here.
Excellent. At this time, Merrick, the Kuotoa has stopped to let you all barter with this Sakwaki. The second you two like regroup, he's like, would you like to yes, come.
Yeah, I'm good. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
I take back the bag of holding.
Yep, I'm good.
So, you are not coming.
Yeah, I'm coming.
Very well. And he leads you to the back, where there's this stall operated by other Kuotoa.
Okay.
Whoever used the Wakfu gif, I love it. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Have you actually started watching the show?
Unfortunately, no. I have a lot on my plate at the moment. I got finished Game of Thrones and Witcher. I know. I'm an asshole.
That's fine. So he's back with this stall operated by other Kuotoa. And as you all get back there, there are just a wide variety of items that they have stocked. All of them are magic items, but these are not things that you would normally find in a shop. A lot of these are of rare, very rare, or legendary capacity. You can just kind of tell by the care that goes into their presentation and security, as they are, a lot of them are behind lead containers with like small panes of glass for you to see what is in them. Others are inside locked magic boxes that have like bars that again allow you to see what the item is, or there will be some that are even completely shrouded from view but have a placard that shows what the item is. And they have a wide variety of items ranging from +2 and +3 weaponry, even to like things like staff of lightning and thunder, elemental controlling implements, sovereign glue. They've got a robe of stars.
What the hell?
They have a variety of high-end magic items.
We can't afford any of this.
I like to say, because of my inexperience with a lot of these high-end magic items and Merrick's low intelligence and fairly new exposure to magic, outside of the swords, everything about this is going over his head. He's just like, duh. Yeah.
So he walks over to you specifically, Merrick, and he goes, I have been advised by my manager to inquire about trade.
What sort of trade?
And you see this older-looking Kuo-toa walk over with like long kind of feelers or whiskers, and he goes, "Hello.
My God,
it's a catfish.
I would like to trade a shield for a shield."
Shield for a shield?
Yes.
What does your shield do?
Behold! He kind of just says triumphantly as he gestures over to the shield, and the other Kuo-toa look like really confused, and he goes, "Behold!" And they all kind of like look around again, more confused. He goes,
You'll get
the fucking shield. And they're like, oh, and they all like scurry off and bring forth this really nice looking metal shield.
Mm-hmm.
And they present it to you, and he goes, this shield is a shield I feel you will benefit from.
What does it do?
We know who you are, Merrick Gilder.
That's not ominous at all.
This shield once belonged to a great blood hunter, and we would be willing to trade it for your reflexive shield.
Why?
We may require something in return.
What did they say the shield does?
They have not told you yet.
That depends heavily on what the shield does. If it just blocks attacks, my current one does that just fine.
It is a +1 shield. It is stronger than your average shield, but specifically it has enchantments that will make your job as a hunter easier.
Now that's interesting.
It'll give you immunity to fear and advantage on being charmed or put to sleep. Perfect for hunting the Fae, the Fiend, and the undead.
I really need to think about that, since that's level 14 Blood Hunter. And that can only help out my multi-class.
Can Evok roll insight on this guy? Just wanted to make sure it's on the up and up.
Sure thing.
And this thing is not cursed or anything, right? 21.
No. He failed. He's not telling you the whole truth about the enchantment, and when you asked if it was cursed, he kind of gave like a side look. So the answer to that one's probably yes.
Damn it. Unfortunately, I don't know.
Evok would like to chime in. It's like,
Yeah.
we'd be more willing to hear what you have to say if you told us the truth. We're receptive individuals.
I don't know what you mean. I thought you knew how to use identify. He kind of mocks.
Hey, Red, you took your level in Talking Trickster, right?
I don't have identify.
You son of a bitch.
You bastard.
You killed us all.
And I was planning on it, but I didn't take it. I took a different Kent.
There's
something.
actually a different... That is rather tempting. I'm not gonna lie.
I think it's cursed.
There's actually a different magical item I was searching for.
We may possess it.
I'm looking for a very specific item. Do you have something known as the Infinite Ladder?
Merrick, please above yourself.
You watch as many Kuotoa in the shop gasp. And the elder goes, "How came you by this information?"
Yo, what?
I've got a friend upstairs. Not of this establishment, no, I mean...
He eyes you curiously.
I wiggle my eyebrows.
What do you want?
I'm just looking to give it to a friend.
That is not something in our possession to give.
So
Would you be willing to wait until we bring a friend who does have identify?
No.
We want to know what kind of investment we're making.
Unfortunately, this is a one-time offer.
Oh, man. I know Merrick's answer, and it's very different from Storm's, and I hate my character for that right now. Have you guys ever have that moment? What?
So, can I offer something? Hold on, let me message you
Merrick has a
something.
decision.
Yeah, I know. I know Merrick's choice, but it's different from my own, and I hate it.
But that's the fun.
Can I attune to it for a moment?
Isn't it going to take like an hour?
That's a good point, but
Yeah, we go
Yeah.
group.
It takes
Yeah,
like
but-
at least an hour.
crap. Yeah, it's up to you, Merrick. If it's cursed, I think that the thing's cursed, so I don't know.
I understand. I want to take this. But my Inquisition will look to me as an example. And I have to set one. I can't take something that's cursed. Even if I want it. Perhaps I'll be back later with someone who can remove the curse, but here's hoping it's still available at that point. I don't imagine it will be, though.
Fortunately for you, this was a one-time offer.
I understand. Have
If
a
you
good
would
day.
like a
Yep.
standard +1 shield, we can still trade. But it will not come with the boons.
Actually, I think I'll be good with mine.
Very well.
Thank you, though.
And he waves you away. There's a lot of typing.
Yeah, sorry, just
Okay.
writing stuff down in my notes.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, Merrick and Avok head back to the ship.
Yeah.
All right.
And hey, you got the horn, so it wasn't a total waste.
Of course, the horn.
So, you head back to the ship, which is where we'll pick up with Trappet for his activities. Trappet, you said you were just going to go sightseeing too? Is Hawk muted?
Yes.
Yes, he is. Hawk, you there?
Yeah, sorry, I had to put my headphones back on
You're all good.
because I didn't want to interrupt while I was listening. Yeah, I'm just going sightseeing.
Where do you want to go?
Just kind of wander around the city, you know, just trying to enjoy myself a little bit, taking the sights a bit. I don't have anything too particular in mind.
Okay. Same as Rando, you see kind of the ultra-modern buildings. They're all very open air, various glasses, lots of light, precious metals with open-air balconies on the sides and roofs of the buildings. Very much cool-looking Coruscant-style buildings.
Yeah. Just kind of get a more or less just trying to like take in the field because I've never been here before. So don't know when I'm coming back. Just kind of want to get a feel of the place.
It's very nice. You feel like if you had more time to actually vacation here, it'd probably be more fun.
Yeah, that's kind of what I figured. Might look around, maybe grab a
You
drink
take
somewhere.
note of like maybe 6 or so restaurants or bars that you would visit if you came back here with time off.
I mean, when do we get that though?
I don't know. It's up to y'all.
I might step into like a local bar, kind of get a taste of the local flavor, as they say.
Do you step into a bar by the docks or away from the docks?
The dock people always had the most interesting stories.
Okay. So you walk into an open-air tiki bar style thing with coral lanterns as well as various other lanterns, and behind the counter is a Triton man with painting as well as what could be presumed to be a fantasy Hawaiian shirt and cargo shorts. And sitting at the bar is also a wood elf young man drinking a blue opaque liquid out of a mug.
I pause in the doorway and immediately turn.
And immediately turn and
Stop
walk out.
stalking me, Dad.
I'm trying to find my Grandpa Simpson's gift, but I don't have it.
Oh, the one where he walks in, grabs the hat, and walks out?
Oh, I found it. It's okay, the world is saved. That is basically trapped. Just like, alright, gotta go find another bar.
I feel like that's constantly Trappist. He's just in different states of that.
Well, time to leave.
Sees Avok and Merrick. We have to try and do the right thing. Nope, gonna go another place. You guys getting a little too pious here. Let's go somewhere else.
Alright, so you're going to a different bar?
Yeah, I don't want to interrupt Brando. Like he's having fun.
Alright. So you head to a different bar on the docks. This one is kind of close to a ramp that leads to the lower levels, so this one's a little rougher looking.
Mm-hmm.
And as you walk in, it's full of a lot of rougher looking sea folk. Some Genasi and Tritons are there, of course, but there are also a few Kuotoa and Sahwagin, as well as some shark kin. And a few other like interplanar travelers. Like you see, of course, some a few tieflings, like not many, but there's also like some elves and dwarves, gnomes, humans. There's a halfling doing a jig on the bar. He seems very intoxicated. And behind the counter there is a another Triton individual. This one not really with the same paintings as the first one. He's actually wearing kind of like some sailing garb. Looks like he's actually just kind of like, this might be just like a part-time gig for him. He's wearing like a sleeveless shirt and some like kind of beat up trousers with a leather belt and some boots. And he kind of looks at you as you walk in. He just kind of nods.
Sorry, can you describe one more time? I cut out.
Basically, he looks like a pirate, and he just kind of nods at you.
Yarg.
He's just not wearing a captain's coat. He's just sleeveless.
Gotcha. I'm gonna go to the bar.
You go to the bar, and he walks over to you and just kind of like presents you with a drink menu, and then walks away.
Okay then. Do I hear, like, as I'm looking at the menu, do I hear any kind of like fun conversations or anything like that? Anything about the area? Any like hype about the race?
Roll a
Stuff like
perception
that.
check.
Cool. Use this dice for something. It's a 16.
You hear just kind of a few sparse rumors. Like a lot of it's definitely about the race. Like people are ranting about their favorite teams. It's very much like if you went to a bar or like a pub and had people raving about their favorite football teams, whether you're referring to American football or the rest of the world's football.
As long as there's no soccer hooligans, I'm fine.
There are a few hooligans, unfortunately.
Oh, no.
They are Tritons, and they actually do have, like... And you're actually surprised by this. It seems like people have made some, like, fan-made regalia for certain teams and have been selling it. Like, it's not anything official, because naturally there would be merchandising rights and hell to pay for that. But it's all, like, fan-made. You actually see a few people, like... wearing the colors of the CCR, and they're like, I'm just telling you, mate, Aaron is a fucking dream. And it's like, no, mate, you're a fucking loser. The Orochi Hunters are where it's at. It's honor, and it's just honor. You're a fucking idiot. And They're just kind of like getting into it.
Trap is like, oh my god, I found Merrick's people. The honor one.
They just got honor and honor. That's all you need. And they're just kind of like chatting and kind of like throwing insults at one another. And you do hear a few rumors that actually do catch your interest. One specifically is a group of the shark kin. They are talking about this strange beast that was sighted recently around the Isle of Dread. It seemed to be moving through the water at speeds that no ship could match, and was so large in size that many of the predators of the ocean, even like many whales and sharks, veered away from it. That it knocked up many waves in its wake with just the force of which the speed it was traveling and its size.
Do I hear any mention potentially of a reward for it? Or anything like that? Or is just they're like, oh, we don't know what this thing is, just get the hell out of here.
Yeah, it's kind of one of those like here there be dragons tales.
Yeah. Yeah.
And if you sail over there, you'll fall off the edge of the world.
I'm wondering if this might be Rando's elemental.
For as we all know, the world is shaped like a giant X. And there are soft and hard edges. I don't know, mate. I feel like the world might be more of a sphere. Ah, shut up, historical Dave. Ye know not of what ye speak.
I agree with regressive Steve.
Aye, the world be flat, like a coin.
I know it's not even that rounded. It's a triangle, like a Dorito chip.
All of them scoff at your triangle comment. A triangle, pah! This man be truly a lover of some sort. He know not of what he speaks. And you see like this tiefling from the back go, nay, it do be shaped like a triangle. I have seen it, but it not be pointed up as this knave speak, but pointed down. The world be flat on the top with a sharp point to the bottom. That is how things work.
And here I just thought that was a food pyramid.
And that is how the ocean has depth. And everyone's just like very confused by this conversation as they all start getting in the existential debate about how worlds are shaped.
I'm ordering something strong with rum, by the way.
He gives you the bar signature rum float.
Does it have a tiki umbrella?
It does not.
Thank God.
Because this is not that kind of establishment.
I didn't have a shirt to match it if it did.
They serve you this rum float in a gnome skull. At least you assume it's a gnome skull. It's just a very small skull, is what I'm saying.
Trapid looks like, Linsbor.
Alas, poor Linsbor, I knew him well.
No, Trapid's getting ideas.
Okay, Jesus.
Decorating ideas. Just kidding. Or am I?
I don't know, and it's not really my business. I mean, it is, but it isn't.
Anything else kind of adventurous here?
Not really. Just the whole,
I'll pay for my drink and kind of wander around a little bit, I guess.
All right. You wander around a bit, but you've mainly seen everything there was to see. Like I said, taking a whole lap of the city like Rando did takes like 2 hours. So by the time that y'all,
I'm basically just looking for shady shit.
Guess you should have gone with Avok and Merrick.
I know, it's the one group you wouldn't think.
Who'd have thought?
The one time!
Like, Rando and Linsbor. Yeah, I can see either of them ending up around some shady shit. Trap it. Yeah, probably. Like, you'll just jump out of a corner at them. The
Merrick
good
and
boys.
Avok, no. They just give the Girl Scouts Girl Scout cookies. They're like, here, we'll buy them from you, and then
I
hand
like
them back to
Avok less. Like, Avok isn't as, lawful. He's a good alignment, sure, but he's a spy criminal background.
I know, but he's still one of the nicer
nice
guys
guy.
in the group.
He's a good guy.
He's decent.
He's a good boy.
Yeah.
When,
He's only.
Oh, who's your good boy? Who wants their belly rubbed?
Okay, now we're
Okay,
talking.
y'all getting punched.
Okay. On that note,
Drive to Georgia first.
It does end up being around time for y'all to reconvene. By the way, Linsbor, that hot tub you installed is looking fucking choice.
Can I make a con check to see if I'm enjoying it enough?
Yeah,
Trevor
roll
just
an
looks
Arcana
at-
check. See if it's magical enough for you, or does this thing need lasers?
I'm just looking at it enviously as I board my own hot tubless ship.
That's a nat 1. Needs
I mean-
more lasers.
Yeah, it needs to look cooler. So you end up like giving it like an actual like traditional like onsen vibe, and eventually the aesthetic becomes so like the hot tub was perfect, and they were like, it is perfect, it is great, and you're like, no, it needs more aesthetic. And eventually it just got so aesthetic that they had to like remove you from the ship because you were putting in too much shit. They're like, okay, yes, we get it. The feng shui garden is great. Now please get the fuck off our ship.
I don't think the waterfall was necessary, but okay.
I don't know how you actually grew a cherry blossom tree and then made it blow in the wind majestically when there is no wind.
I harnessed
But
the
you
cape
need
of
to
billowing.
leave.
Well,
I
we do
harnessed
not
the
need
power
more
of
koi
the cape of
fish.
billowing.
Before we set up, is it possible for Avok to ask Alec a question?
Yeah, sure, go for it.
You said that you were good at artifact retrieval with the group called the Artifact Hunters. I was wondering if you could tell us a bit about their operation and how they do things.
Well, their whole thing is to find powerful items and then bring them back.
But how do they
And
do
catalog
accomplish
things that people haven't found before.
that? But how do they do that?
Typically, they go to where it is and they take it, they put it in a secure containment device, and they bring it back to wherever their headquarters is. I'm assuming.
Okay.
That was kind of the play here. We were going to enter the rally. We were going to work alongside the other teams. We were going to secure the relic, contain it, and
So
if they
do you
hired
guys-
me for transport, then I would be along the ride for transport. But outside of that, my contract was set to end after retrieval and containment.
So,
And
do you know if you? So,
Xiao Fei
do you
kind of like
know-
nods as well, as like that was his thing too.
so do you know if there's any additional? Do you know if there's any additional abilities or not abilities, any additional teams outside of your own working, like not in the rally?
I was only advised of the ones that were in the rally.
All right. That's
I
all.
was advised of, the owls, the chosen, and the Reichenbach team.
All right. Okay. So yeah, I'm just gonna head up and meet with the group.
All right, you all assemble at the meeting point. Who all is actually going? Is it like the whole team, or?
There's a whole team, but me and Hyde.
Yes.
I'm
We are
sorry, you
going
cut out there. I didn't
stealthy.
catch that.
We're going stealthy.
Me and Rando are gonna hide and watch from the shadows if the captain tries anything funny.
Okay, got it. So Trap It, Avok, and Linsbor are the front.
No, it's Merrick who's with the.
Right, sorry.
Avok,
Trappic, Merrick, and Linsbor are the front men. Avok and Rando are hiding.
Yeah,
from
I'm going to
the,
cast Path Without Trace.
From the CCR, people that you see that show up are Aaron, Tim, and Jersh. And as Jersh walks up and sees y'all, he goes, "Oh, hello there. It's good to see you again. You all having a good time, yeah?"
I forgot I was muted. I wanted to interject and say that Merrick gives Cutter orders that if anything shady happens with the Artifact Hunters to get the ship somewhere safe.
Okay.
Yeah,
Y'all are having a good time, yeah?
It's been
Yeah.
a complicated day.
Yeah, so I heard. It was rough.
How are you guys doing? You guys got hit by that wave too, right?
Oh, it was no big deal. Zalaki, he was very, very upset. It was not a fun time. He gestures down to his leg, and it's in a cast. He's like, my leg. You know how it goes.
I'm sorry to see that.
No, it is fine. I have the cure wounds. I am just not feeling in the mood to waste a spell slot right now.
I get that.
But on
Yeah,
that
if I-
note, and he kind of like gestures as you actually for the first time see walking up Melody Keel. And Avok from a
Question.
distance. Yes.
Should me and Rendo roll stealth checks?
Yeah, that'd probably be a thing that I should have asked you to do. Yeah, please do that.
I cast Pass Without a Trace, so it's a +10 for your Zach.
All right.
Hey, can you guys give me like 2 minutes? Sorry,
Yeah.
be
Sure.
right back. Sorry.
All right, let me roll here real quick. I hope you got high, cause
Oh, I got high.
I feel like you got like an 18 or something.
Close.
Oh, that's a 30.
Oh, nice, dude. Let me,
But yes, obviously that's with your +10.
yeah. Let's see. There. So that's with Pass Without a Trace, that's a 43.
Did you not 20 again?
I would have 20. With me again, this was the first time.
No. Like this is the second time you've nat 20 with Pass Without a Trace. That's what I mean.
Oh yeah, it is the second time I've
Like
done
the very first time you did Pass Without a Trace, you natural 20.
that. That's right. But yeah,
Yeah, so y'all are hitting.
yeah, I'm hitting.
Both you were hitting.
Merrick tries to smell them, and with his advanced liking senses, but they're gone.
In all honesty, we're so gone that you probably be like, did they actually get kidnapped?
Merrick's like, who's Rendo? Who's Avok? Oh my god.
Gonna be honest. After this parlay exchange, I might end up wrapping the session here, just because I'm starting to fade.
Yeah, sure.
That's fair.
That's fine. Man.
So she approaches, and you, Avok, recognize her from a distance. She was the woman you saw on the kind of like deck of their ship, kind of wearing a military uniform. You don't recognize any of the insignia on it, though. Like, it is still like a clearly like an officer's uniform or something, but you just don't recognize where on Earth it's from.
What race is Melody?
She is a human.
Okay. Thank you.
And she approaches and spies all of you all kind of just standing there. And she goes, "Finally, a pleasure to make your acquaintance. I am Melody Keel."
Merrick Gilda.
She kind of like looks for the rest of y'all to introduce yourselves and
I think Hawk's AFK still.
okay.
Lone
so-
Star.
The others introduce themselves. "Oh, hello there. I'm Josh. Pleasure to meet you." And Tim's like, "Oh, yes, hi there. It's such a pleasure. My name is Tim." And Aaron's like, "Aaron Melianadel, champion of Soon, bard extraordinaire, boner of gods." And she kind of like cocks an eyebrow at that. She's like, "So are you like, do you?" She turns to Trappet, "And you are."
Trappet Dosselin, pleasure to meet you. In the flesh.
Likewise. And she gestures, as she produces a small cube and throws it out, and a buffet table pops out. As requested, I brought snacks. It's like, it is essentially, like a full barbecue table. Like there's this is gonna make me hungry and a lot of other people here, but it's got like, pulled pork brisket. It's got carved turkey and chicken. It's got green beans, mashed potatoes, mac and cheese, some biscuits,
She just made us Thanksgiving dinner.
some coleslaw and gravy. Not like coleslaw with gravy, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
She had
Yeah.
time to make all this food.
I mean, she probably just like it's probably store bought, so it's probably only so good. She probably got it at the ye old Piggly Wiggly.
Can I can't identify it?
It's all an illusion. No, it's real. And she goes, so, a parlay then.
Indeed.
Which I have in mind.
Well, seeing as I have made it into the next leg of the race, my position is all but solidified. However, yours is not. I offer a
For
trade.
now. And that would be...
She produces a small black, like obsidian-like material from her pocket. It is a stone that you all recognize as kind of the same material the Shardborn ship is made out of. She goes, I present you a way to destroy the Shardborn.
And what exactly would you like in return?
A favor. And this is not a favor to my organization. This is not a favor to anyone but myself. To be paid back at a time and place that I deem necessary.
Whew,
So
that's
I
a
present this to
heavy
you
bar.
simply because I know that if I present it to you and say this is for Eclipse, the answer will be an immediate no. I'm not foolish enough to believe that you all would willingly or knowingly help my organization, so consider it a favor to me in exchange for the means to destroy your enemy.
Hard for me to really trust you fully since you just sort of EMP'd our ship and killed potential allies of ours.
Yes, but you all are still standing, and you were able to make it out with members of my crew that are not loyal to my organization, and were able to kill pretty much everyone on board my ship that was. So, the only one you really have to worry about now is me, and clearly one person without a crew isn't much of a threat, wouldn't you say?
What would your organization feel about helping us? We haven't been exactly subtle with how we oppose Eclipse.
Yes, but you haven't really opposed us. Inconvenienced, surely. But you haven't done anything that poses a legitimate threat.
Well, you could at least lie and save our egos.
Yes, I could save your egos, but at the same time, that's not part of this negotiation. This is business.
Apparently, humor isn't either.
If I wanted to be a comedian, that would be my profession. I'm a soldier.
Now, your personal favor you requested. It's a bit. It could be anything from helping carry groceries to helping topple the kingdom, for all we know. The vagueness is what worries us, you see. I understand you want to keep these, shall we say, off the books from the organization. It's good to have a
If
little
it's-
insurance on the side.
If it's, hypothetically speaking, Eclipse falls, you want amnesty, I get that. But what else could you possibly be seeking from us for this favor? There's a lot you can do, like Chapit said, with the variety. The devil's in the details, as he would say.
She looks to Trap It and says, then consider it insurance. That if that if the worst may happen, that I have you in my corner when I need you.
Merrick turns over to Chapin and Lensboy. 1 second. Group huddle. CCR, you can come in this too, I guess.
You didn't even have to say anything. Jersh and Tim and Aaron were already there. The second you said group huddle, they just moved over instinctively.
Great.
And the second they get there, Aaron goes, "All right, so gang, I feel like we should group huddle."
Aaron,
your tribute to Soon.
Your leadership skills are impeccable. I hope I can one day be as good of a leader as you are, Aaron.
Why, thank you, Merrick. I feel like with a little bit of effort, you might reach 1/20th of the man that I am.
I will cry myself to sleep.
Can we potentially trade Aaron to her? Just throwing it out there.
He kind of like looks over there and he's like, "Well, I haven't had a chance to sleep with an Eclipse agent to get information yet. I like this
been
plan."
there, done that.
Yeah, so how are we feeling about this deal? Hawk made Melody narrow it down a little bit.
I'm going to... I'm sorry, we're out of character?
Yeah, I'm asking out of character
Okay.
just to see how the party
I can
feels.
drop the voice for a second.
Yeah.
I want to narrow it down further to it not being the Phoenix Elixir.
Okay,
If
yeah,
You could just straight up ask, like, hey, you guys win, give me the elixir and let's get the fuck out.
that's a good point.
And if she refuses to narrow it further, I say, since it's just a favor for her personally, we
hold
like, all right, a favor for a favor then. Another name from Eclipse.
that's a good idea.
Well,
And-
he's giving us the...
Right. Well, we could potentially take those out on our own. This is just
She's just
Technically-
offering something to be easier.
yeah.
Technically,
Which, by the way, did she say how that helps us?
she hasn't yet. I just want to chime in. Technically, we are ahead of the Shortbone right now. They haven't arrived to dock as of yet, as far as we know.
Yeah, they haven't.
So-
I'll say that the CCR and Artifact Hunters are here, but the Shardborn are not.
So
That
in
being
theory,
said-
we can get ahead of them just by making a mad dash.
But
So
can they
we
get ahead of the
can-
CCR?
I'm saying that we could ask her to sweeten the deal with a name.
That's true. And we can ask her how this rock helps us.
One thing I was tempted to say is, since it's a favor, personal one, if she doesn't want to give up the name, perhaps Trappy could owe her a personal favor apart from the group one in exchange for a name.
Would Chubby be okay with that?
That's
Yeah, it'd be kind of a last resort type thing. Basically, kind of getting a beat on her a little bit more.
As last resort, maybe. I'm not one of our own having.
Well, it's either one of our own or the entire group. There's not much difference now.
Fair enough.
Because the way she worded it, the favor, it could be the
That's-
organization or it could be one of us specifically.
That's not true. I think the individual favor is much worse. Because
No,
as a
what I'm
group-
saying is
as a
probably no,
group,
she
we'd
could
all
be
know,
asked.
as a group, we'd all know the situation, and be able to mitigate it to a degree. If it's the
Like,
personal
one of-
favor, then one person is just on their own, while the rest of us don't know jack.
What I'm trying to say, though, is I want to clarify that if the favor we give her is the whole group acting, or is it she expecting like a favor from each individual?
That's
Okay.
a good point.
She
Like,
hasn't specified any
5
favor regarding
favors.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good. That's a good call. Right. Sherbet, would you like to do the honors?
I had a couple of things I wanted to clarify first before we strike an accord, ma'am.
Certainly.
The favor we owe you. Should we accept this deal? Would it be something from one of us individually, the group as a whole, or individual members?
I guess the easiest way would be to answer this would be yes. However, it's much simpler than that. It's just a single favor, whether I ask it of the group or an individual. is just one. Once I have used my one, that is it. I'm not going to go around and collect from each and every one of you, and I'm not going to ask the group to do something if the group isn't present. If there's a single individual, they will be who I cash the favor into, and that will be it. It will be done. But if the group is there, I will request the group, and then the favor will be done.
So how exactly would this little rock help us? So far, we've done pretty well against the Shardborn.
Well, yes, all things considered. However, the one thing about it is that their vehicle, as you've seen, is rather adaptive. It can change its ability, its magics, depending on what the wielder needs it to. It's a very, very well-tuned system.
And you're offering a way past that.
Essentially, consider this little trinket. If the entirety of their vehicle runs off of magic inscriptions, consider this a rune of anti-magic. If that makes it easier for you.
And you're... No, sorry, go ahead, man.
You go ahead. I was gonna digress or something.
This favor of yours isn't going to be to take the Phoenix elixir from us should we win, I assume.
No.
And we can believe that because...
Would you rather I sign a contract in blood?
Not particularly.
Then I guess you'll just have to take my word for it.
Fair enough.
Since the parameters of the favor are vague, again, you could either get the strong brawn of Marikir, the magical skills of Linsbor, my charm and intellect, or the muscle of the entire group, depending on the situation, of course.
Correct.
Just because I have a little vagueness, I'd love to ask for one more thing in our deal. Wouldn't cost you too much. Just a name or two.
A name or two, you say?
Aye, indeed.
So, in addition to offering you a way to completely take down the defenses of the Shardborn, I am supposed to offer you additional things for this singular favor.
The singular favor could be anything from, hey, can you walk my dog this weekend, to, hey, there's a leader of a nation across the sea, assassinate him for us. We don't know.
Can I roll persuasion, by the way? I meant to ask that before I said what I just said.
Yeah, go ahead and roll.
Can I give him guidance or the help action?
I will say in this moment, no.
Okay.
Sorry, I got a little too
As he has already kind of like given his speech.
That's okay.
That is a... Oh, I cannot do math today. 28, there we go. 28. Oh, yeah.
She seems unaffected.
My companion's a little hesitant because they believe that we can outrun the Shardborn, and it may not be a potential danger. This is just something to get them to go along with it a little more.
I don't see why at this point I should be offering more to the pot when I am not asking for much and giving you plenty. If you are offering up additional in return, I would be more than willing to see what information I could divulge that would satiate your curiosities, but at this time, this is the offer on the table.
Not expecting us to get anything better than that, huh, guys?
Okay, confuse me, but this.
Could I roll insight on this?
Certainly.
What if I give you a t-shirt of a werewolf?
I'm using
that's
it,
a
but no.
Obviously, that's out of character.
that's a 15.
You cannot tell. She's very
Ooh.
even keel.
Yeah, that seems to be a lot of the Eclipse higher ups. They seem to be hard to read.
Again, for me, it's just it ensures there's no hang-ups among my party.
Merrick's gonna go on the comms and just get everyone's input. Well, you all heard that. Thoughts?
Getting a name would be useful. Anything that we can offer to get one?
I don't think there is.
Shit.
Short of losing the elixir.
I'm okay with this.
Endo?
Zach.
Shit, I'm sorry. What was the question? I
Yeah.
didn't quite-
How do you feel about this trade? Do you think we should go for it or pass?
So
How do you
she's
feel
asking
about-
like a group thing
Yeah.
from all of us, or as
No,
a group?
no. The favor is just one and done.
A favor. She can choose it to be the group or any one individual. Or any individuals.
Or it could be more of a thing of, hey, you're here, cool, here's a favor, get your friends if you need them, but I need this thing done. It's more just a general, I want a favor done.
An IOU.
Rando does not trust her, so
Well, none
yeah,
of us do.
there's no, I don't trust her. The fact that she was able to kill an entire team on her own, imagine what she could do if we were able to aid her.
In her counter argument, the team she took care of was wounded and mostly dead to begin with, but I do see your point. Lensbor, Trapit, how do you guys feel about this?
Add a character, we could have. That's one we maybe offered her a second favor for a name, but
Out of character, her argument is not such. Said I just want this one little thing, and her one little thing is vastly versatile.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, guys, I have a question. Do we uphold it? If there is no contract in blood, as you said, if we take this, there's nothing that we
well, on the meta level, let's
But
not
then
say
we
the way
would be-
that the DM could inside us when we make this favor.
We would be
True.
the bad guys if we did that, if we backed out.
Also, hi, I'm Merrick.
Fair enough. Right there.
Hello, my name
Try
is.
to more-
Hello, my name is Mr. Contract.
Hi, my name is recently bullied into lawful good.
Fair.
Hi, my name is. I actually do read the user terms and agreements.
But Hawk does make a good. I think it was Hawk that said that we might have a potential ally within Eclipse with this.
I don't think she's offering to be our ally.
Yeah.
I don't know.
She said my organization. So it's hard to read.
I mean, she's just straight up gonna use us because.
Oh,
No,
100%.
Oh, that's absolutely
I
like
mean that's
we're
Yeah.
all on the same page.
Yeah, maybe we
That's
should
what
ask
they do.
ourselves this: can we take the shortboard without them?
I think we can.
I think we can.
with the CCR. I think we can.
It's going to be tough, but we can do it.
Yeah.
Or we could just juice up the CCR ship and outrun them.
That's also a thing, but Again.
Have we considered loading up the CCR ship with dynamite, getting the CCR onto our ship, and holding the CCR ship at the shortboard?
then they have no ship.
They can bow us.
Then we run into the issue that we're still competing against the CCR and they no longer have a ship.
We leave them at the next checkpoint.
But it doesn't sound like too big of an issue.
Yeah, but that doesn't seem like something they'd agree to.
Trap it. You're persuasive. Guidance.
Hold on, guys. If I may.
Yeah.
It seems as though we all agreed that we all are confident that we can take the shortborn. So
Yeah.
I think that gives us our decision. I think that with the rest of it, we're just kind of beating around the bush.
Yeah.
Or we could just ask her for the name instead of the crystal. Since she seems to be in
I
favor.
still don't like that.
It's still.
We can always get the name later. If we catch her later on in the race, it's completely legal.
Yeah. Yeah, we can just capture her and just interrogate her at that point.
We'll have to come up with some sort of. Oh, I know what I'm making with that fucking generator now.
As you all are debating this, she says, "Well, kind of on a time clock here."
Unfortunately, Misty will have to politely decline.
I'm sorry, what the fuck did you call me?
You said the wrong name, bro.
I thought it was Misty.
My name is Melody Keel.
Sorry, that's Storm's
I
dyslexia.
remember your name, Merrick. That is very rude.
Melody. Captain Keel.
You can't blame the player for a mistake like that.
I mean, yeah, you can blame the player, you can't blame the character.
Yeah. Blame
Bro,
stupid Storm. Don't blame Merrick with his... He's smaller than Storm with an intelligence of 12.
I know.
Big
I'm just
oof.
fucking around with y'all. Jesus.
I know. Just joining in the fun.
Don't hate the player, hate the player character.
No. Sorry, Ms. Keel will have to decline.
I see. Then perhaps I'll take an offer to the Shardborn and see what they want to do.
I would not advise that, but...
Well, at this
Good
point,
luck.
I am essentially untouchable.
Does what she's doing break the rule, actually?
From what Tim advised you of earlier, no.
She's
What?
She's not blackmailing, enslaving, torturing, brutalizing. She is making deals.
She's just being a cunt.
alliances. It's the same shit we're doing with the CCR.
Yeah.
But is she a demon?
And TNT.
Yeah, and Tankard to Titties Racing. No, she's not a demon, but
As far as we know.
what she's doing is within the confines of the rules.
So now she's trying to extort us.
I am merely presenting you with the options. You
It's plus
can...
extorting more of an idol threat.
You
Yeah,
really know how to endear yourself to your clients.
It's part of my magnanimous charm, she says sarcastically. I'm merely stating that we have an opportunity here, Mr. Gilder. Your ideals align more with my own than the Shardborns would. I would prefer to work with you than them, but I am also looking to secure my victory in this. I will make you this one assurance. If you assist me with whatever favor I ask, I will not ask of the Phoenix Elixir. I know how much that means to you. Unlike the Orochi Hunters and the CCR and the TNT Racing, who all seem to want a piece of that elixir if you win, I will not ask that of you.
Then what do you intend to ask of us?
Something personal.
You'll have to give us a little bit more than that.
I really don't. Let me put it this way. In reference to your friend's statements, as well as your own, I'm not going to ask you to walk my dog or deliver my groceries. And I'm certainly not going to ask you to topple a kingdom or assassinate a dictator. What I will ask of you will be difficult. I will not lie about that. But it is personal. It has nothing to do with my organization. It is a favor to me.
And you haven't done anything to endear yourself to us outside of blast us and said that if we don't go with you, you'll just go to our enemies.
She's a
That does-
businesswoman, Merrick.
Business is business, but when you make allies, it's more than just business. Alliances require trust.
That is still a transaction.
I am still giving you something.
But not trust. If you cannot respect us to at least tell us what this small personal favor is, I advise you to give us something that sweetens the pot a little bit more. Because a lot of my teammates have been hurt by your organization. And the CCR has a cohort who is currently looking for his daughter, which is in your midst. At the very least...
She looks over at Aaron and then goes, I'll give you her location then. I will give you the location of Lucky's daughter. How's that for trust?
What do you
Well,
think,
shit.
guys? Out of character, what do you guys think?
That
Do
does.
we have a way of confirming that?
It would endear us to Lucky and his group.
Yeah. And Lucky's a pretty powerful guy.
Okay. I'm rolling insight on that bullshit.
Yeah,
Avok would like to do so as well.
Same with Merrick.
Everyone's
You
like,
just-
roll insight.
You may
Everyone
oh,
except-
actually,
Okay.
I have a
You want-
strong feeling she's being honest.
I
Yeah, I
have
do
a
too.
21. I'm gonna put it in the chat so that
Yeah, that's
we
what
all
I'm doing. Put
know.
him in the chat.
Yeah,
Yeah,
everyone.
same.
Yes.
Oh, +7. That's pretty good.
Oh, so close.
Yeah, 26 total though.
26 total, thank you. So 26, 21. What's everyone else's?
Oh, I put it in the wrong chat. My bad. I got an 18. I'm the lowest, I think.
27 with guidance. I don't know if I'm allowed to have guidance on this. Otherwise, it's just 24.
She is absolutely not lying in this instance.
Look, out of character, my vote's still yes.
That I asked for a sign of trust, and that is a sign of trust.
Do we have a way to actually confirm that?
We insight. We know she's telling the truth.
Yeah, we know that that's where she believes her to be. That doesn't necessarily mean that's where she is.
That
So you're asking for proof of life?
No, I'm saying it's out of character.
Okay.
I'm saying, do we have a way to confirm that her information is
I get the
valid?
I mean,
meaning
if
that-
you don't ask it in character,
Yes.
she can't
Yeah, I was
confirm.
about to.
I know. I'm not asking that. I'm thinking I'm thinking something akin to scrying.
You have to ask her that.
Do you have any way?
I'm asking if any of us have any ability.
Well, none
You
of
do
us
not.
do.
No, none of you have scrying.
Has any ability like
No,
that?
no.
I don't have any scrolls left of scrying. And druids don't get that till later.
What about
And what
what about
is-
Lucky's group?
And with this location,
Wait.
still be there once the race is over.
Here's the thing: if Lucky could scry on his daughter, he would have done so already.
Yeah.
Presumably, they have some kind of defenses to against that.
That's
Did
right.
you hear my question though, Walker?
I did. Well,
I do believe that you know where she is, but we just want to make sure that she's still there to when, you know.
considering they won't move her without a word from me or someone of my rank, she'll be there. You'll have to act fast, but it won't be outside the realm of possibility for a group of your skill or of the CCR's skill.
And would have your word that you at least will not have removed.
What would I have to gain from that?
Yeah, that would do nothing but send us after her.
I know, I just want to get it in writing though, that way we can't have it, or not in writing, I just wanted to have her...
So now you want the blood
Sick.
contract.
No, what I'm saying, Vex, is I want to actually to hear her say that way
Yeah,
a month from now when we go and find Lucky's daughter, we don't have the thing of, oh, well, I told her where she was, I didn't say that's where she would stay, kind of speech from the villain.
No, she's not.
I
lying.
know, just explaining why I
No,
asked.
I get you.
If you can ensure that she'll remain there, then I think we can agree to this. To
Leave
these
it on the
terms.
cord.
You said we'd have to move fast. Do you know how much of a timetable we're looking at?
2 months.
Okay, so we don't need to drop out of the race to go get her right now.
No, at the end of the race, you'll have roughly 7 weeks.
Then, with that said, if you can agree that she won't be moved,
and we can actually reach, and we actually have the capability of reaching that place in that time.
Can you, like Linsborg said, can you ensure these things? Or at least promise that those things are within the CCR's ability?
I can promise that they are within your ability.
What do you guys think?
Again, my opinion remains the same.
Avok was a yes to begin with.
Avok goes on the earrings and goes, "If Lucky finds out that we turn this down, he will never work with us again."
Attitude?
Yeah. Linsborg, your thoughts? Rando still, he doesn't trust her.
There's just something there. It's the fact that she's part of the organization we've been fighting. Why should we trust someone that we're fighting?
Hedging her bets
We
so
don't
that's-
trust her. That's the thing that's happening here. We don't trust her. We're just making a deal. And trust me, I particularly, more than everyone, have excessive reasons to hate Eclipse and every member involved. I don't trust any one of them. But if Lucky finds out that we didn't take this deal, we would lose a very valuable ally to us in our fight against them.
Again, the majority of the team votes towards yes.
Yeah. I just want to know Linsborg's.
He's in the strat chat.
Okay, sorry. I didn't get the notification. In that case, sorry, Rando. I agree with you. This is a terrible idea, but
Like, no one is doubting the fact that this could easily backfire on us.
oh, it will. But
I have no doubt.
Madam, I believe.
hi, I'm Merrick Yodo, champion of bad decisions. Here comes another one.
This one wasn't yours though.
Oh, this is technically a group decision. It's
You want
not-
Merrick
it's
to
not
be the one
just
to
you.
accept it, so that blame falls on him,
No,
like a true leader.
I'm not gonna make you do that.
I'm saying for the
Besides,
joke.
Avok isn't going to let you do that.
Alright, so we can go with yes, though, right?
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
really. All right, madam. I believe we have an accord.
She extends her hand to shake.
Trappa does the same.
Oh, my apologies. You seem to misunderstand. She looks over at Merrick. I want him to shake my hand.
Oh, bitch.
Oh,
What do I have to roll for a strength check to make her very aware Merrick is unhappy with this agreement?
I mean, probably just a strength check.
Yeah, you're basically just going to be rolling strength.
So just modifier. Just a
Which is
16.
16 total.
Yeah.
You grip her hand very firmly and she grips it back. She seems unfazed by this, and as you finish shaking hands, she hands you a sealed envelope and a small glass orb.
Walker.
Yes.
As that was happening, I'll check my notes. I do have subtle spellcasting. I was going to cast detect magic, make sure she isn't, doing any hocus pocus on Merrick.
Okay. You cast detect magic. You don't feel any magical aura or presence around her hand or like any castings or incantations. Besides, if it did, she has proven that she would have to well, actually no, you don't know that she's not a sorcerer. So you detect no magic from her outside of the crystal that she was carrying, as well as the orb that she handed to Merrick. Even casting detect magic, you actually realize that she is not carrying any magic items on her outside of those two.
Okay.
And additionally, just kind of with a cursory glance, Merrick, you realize that the holster where she carried her firearm that you saw her brandish against the Shatterkai is empty. She came unarmed as asked.
And how does this I assume the envelope explains everything about this rock.
You can assume that. You can open it. You're still all there.
I mean, I asked her, but okay, Merrick opens it.
Inside is essentially a explanation of it's 3 pages. The first is an explanation of the crystal and how it works. Essentially what will have to happen is the crystal needs to be inserted to the pillar ship proper, where it will automatically mesh with the crystalline material and cause a catastrophic system failure across the entire ship, which will allow you all to either destroy the ship completely or at least board it and take out its members.
So we gotta get on. That's gonna be fun.
I'm out of dimension door.
Well, you can. It's been like 7 hours. We can at least get some rest.
Yeah, you all have time.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Additionally, the other thing is an explanation of the orb, as well as some information. The orb is essentially a orb of scrying, but it is designed to circumvent the warding that Eclipse has placed around key figures of note. So this one is actually specifically keyed to be used with any location. You can use it on Lucky's daughter, but it's not necessarily to, like, you can still use it on anyone else. The note does let you know that it will shatter after 1 use.
Ooh.
Additionally, scrolled below is an inscription for a teleportation circle that will take you directly to the facility where they are holding Lucky's daughter. So all Lucky would need to do would be to inscribe this teleportation circle, and they can use that spell to transport themselves there.
Merrick, you guys, I don't imagine him, but you guys don't have any qualms with Merrick handing over the scrying eye and the teleportation scroll to the team, right?
No.
Lucky.
I was about to say, let's make sure we don't accidentally use it or something before Lucky gets it.
Yeah.
Wait, yeah. What had the scrying? I missed it.
There's a glass ball that has a 1-use scry, but after it's used, it shatters.
And it's designed to peel through Eclipse's scry-proof wood, so Lucky can actually scry his daughter and teleport to her.
The last thing in the envelope is a map that is essentially a map of where the facility is. That way, if y'all chose not to teleport in, you could still approach by ground, and it also contains a map of the interior of the facility.
Merrick hands all that stuff over to the CCR since they'll get more knowledge out of that.
And you just kind of hold on to the anti-magic instruction manual.
Yeah, that like the stuff that refers to the shortboard themselves, both the Wardens are going to keep, because even if we get the CCR to team up with us against the shortborn, Merrick assumes that his team's going to be the strike force that goes in. He doesn't want to put them...
Considering what we just got for Lucky, I think he'll be eager to help us.
Oh, yeah. And Merrick has made allies with the Artifact Hunters. I might be able to ask them to...
I might have just ruined that with the hot tub.
God damn it. My allies. Damn it.
But I mean, they still have a hot tub, so...
Additionally, she just kind of like looks over all of you and goes, "Well, I believe that was our parley."
Indeed.
I look forward to a mutually beneficial partnership.
Agreed.
Watch your surroundings in the airplane.
And to you as well. And with that, she turns and walks away.
Man, no one had any snacks.
I don't know if she really caught the thing I was trying for. Like that's the thing she said to us when she blasted us. That I think, yeah.
Oh, by the way, when we get back to the ship, I have something. I came across a bit of information in town. I would like to tell you, especially Orlando.
Cool. By the way, Trapper, don't know if this is something that you're interested in, but this town's got weird, freaky fish people that run a black markets. This place is weird. Oh yeah.
Okay, that's kind of racist. Not gonna lie, because weird, freaky fish people. The Tritons are.
No, not them.
Have you ever had a salmon? It was that with legs.
What the legs, you say?
Yes.
Oh, cool.
Trap it.
It
You,
looked,
you trap it in Linsborg. You know what a Kuotoa is.
yeah, it looked like the mermaids from Slayers.
Like, they haven't told us what the people are called. They just said fish people. There's a lot of fish people.
Merrick does not know what this race is called.
He said salmon with feet.
Yeah.
So, like Kuatoa.
Is that what they're called? Avok, do you have like minor illusion or something?
Avok actually isn't there. I would like to be standing in her path as the captain walks back to her ship.
Oh boy.
No.
Oh no.
All right.
Red alert! Red alert!
As you impede her path, she stops and looks at you and she goes, "Hello."
Hello.
Good to finally meet you.
I just have a question.
Certainly.
Were you there the day I died?
No. I'm answering
Okay.
that as a freebie, by the way. That was not a part of our deal, but I have no reason to deceive you.
I believe you. Then I have no problem with you. But if you could do me a favor, just a small one, and you don't have to do this. I'm just offering this as something you can do if you're so obliged. If you see the Watcher, let him know that if I find out who he is, I will make sure that he feels a death for every one of my team he killed. Tell him it's a message from the dead. And Avok steps out of her path.
She steps past you. You can see that there's some, like, hesitation, and she actually stops as she passes you, Avok, and she turns to you and she goes, "I will not relay that message. I just would like to advise you to be careful in your course of action. The Watcher is not someone to be trifled with. And before you say it, yes, I know neither are you, but
No.
not in the way that he is not one to be trifled with."
I know. I know that could put him. I'm going to die again. Eclipse is going to wind up killing me. Again, I know this. I just intend to take some of them out with me. But thank you for the advice.
Well then, I hope when the day comes that they actually do call for your summary demise that I am not there for it.
Yeah. No, excuse me, I gotta make an illusion of a fish for my group.
And she just walks off.
So does Avok.
And that is where we will end tonight's session. Thank you everyone for tuning into that. That was a trip. As always, I have been WalkManiac, your ever-present dungeon master, and with me are my amazing role players, Storm Sage 13 and Red Beast 13.
We're twins.
The Wonder Twins, Zodiac Zack 19, and Vexitol 24.
They are not
last-
the twins, in case that wasn't clear.
Yeah, in case that wasn't clear, they're not the twins. And last but certainly not least, the amazing and magnanimous Hawk Abridged.
Good evening, everyone.
And we will see you all in the next video. Bye-bye.
Good night.
Farewell.
So long. Farewell.
Thunderbolt.